Baby Bay again. Holding down Cave. M80. Yeah, the two players that they have on this don't really feel comfortable challenging. Especially with the gun trade that would become of it.
All right.
So instead it's SPZ who's
We're
the,
back.
at least, spear tip for most of this trek. Just so if he gets prioed, not losing a rifle off Rit. Baby Bay backing out, immediately taken out. This door gap is just owned by Bonnie so far. And now Jogamo trying to meet it solo. The relay bolt can slow in time for Valen to get here and throw up this tide too. So it's a double obfuscation they'll have to peek through. Oh, but M80's totally fine with that. They can use that to gloss him out onto default. As if it were just a cave take. Oh, they're not ready for Jog, though. Nismo falls quick to slide, almost getting the reset. Now the Hunter's Fury on top of default. Trent finds Bonnie, and there's 18 seconds to go. G2's here. Valen wins with the Stinger, too. They'll get the plant down at the very least. But it's still a 2v3 for M80.
Holy bug.
Caillou holding behind. Gets taken down quick. SPZ in the 1v3 doesn't even get one.
Win. G2 win that.
And G2 is sprinting uphill.
M80 are just really apprehensive. They're so scared while that harbor wall is up. They're trying to take their time to circle around it. The utility clear to that corner on Jaw wasn't perfect. Feels like he can't be going 1-for-1 there. But crucially, you just see Trent immediately supplementing him with that Hunter's Fury. Connects onto the other player. Valen wins the games of timing. It's just so many little things. Going right for G2. Wrong for M80 at the same time.
I got us, boys, don't worry.
Our nonchalant king today.
Trent is putting up some serious numbers right now.
Did he? Nah, the button was pressed.
That is Kaplan getting into the mix with this timeout. Going head-to-head against Josh RT in the coaching booth for the 9th time in VCT history. The rivalry between Kaplan Sentinels and Josh G2 just defined all of last year. They know exactly how to go up against each other to some extent, right? Though last year just saw G2 dominate the three-peat of America's trophies, and that's why it is absurd to see them in this position right now, where they could get eliminated in last place, 13th through 16th. Baby Bay is trying to stop that from happening. You can see the difference in numbers he's been able to put up from kickoff in stage 1 to stage 2. There's definitely been a decline on the chamber, but this game has been a bounce back. He was going off in that first half.
Surely we go 3 maps, right?
100%. He's felt a lot more secure, especially on his own so far. Feels like he's perfectly fine being stuck on the 1-4, the 1-1-3, and just playing for stall or the trade away.
Surely.
Whatever you can fell on the way. Well, M80 can buy back into this now just with the light armors, so we'll see what Kaplan stratted coming into this. They'll leave Nismo to maybe aggress early on. Yeah, they've got the Cove tossed up for him too.
Patient from Nismo has to be a little bit apprehensive that elbow isn't being controlled. Someone could have swung onto him.
Join back up. Baby Bay not close. Trademark there instead.
Yeah.
Willing to play more for
looks
the
like a slow walk into A. No splits.
To the pillar.
Great hit.
But yeah, if there's anywhere where there's not a buddy system right now,
Baby is just looking to spam.
it is this Unk on the Senti.
Spam.
Fast lane in to facilitate.
Spotted
Nismo to run it back so that you get a
Phoenix.
free body if you go down. But Baby Bay doing a nice bit of avoidance to make
Trying to
sure
run
that
down
nobody
the
actually
Phoenix.
gets that kill. Nismo still manages to find him before the ult runs dry, though.
Now, how can M80 set up in this post plant? They want to
Spam.
fight beyond the wall. It's being thrown down, and the spam is perfect on to Valen. Leaf on the flank.
Jogamo.
Spotted out.
Spotted
M80
Trent.
are surrounded, but they have the numbers.
Leaf making the long haul now that that lurk was spotted, and Jog trying to use that to take some extra space. Will do it to get at least one. He's still
Pops
somehow alive.
ult
Now
on 1
overdrive as
HP.
Leaf makes his way in and gets his own. And Jogamo in the 1v2 on 2 HP. Surely not, right? Surely not!
Yeah, that's too hard.
A well-warranted timeout.
That's too hard.
A well-called round from M80. A restabilization necessary.
Just a slow early round for a moment. Right into the straight-up A hit, and it's Nismo stepping up for the team on the Phoenix. That last-second catch through the run it back. And the spam kill is perfect.
Bro, the Phoenix ult is
Like
so
that M80
long.
as a team, they make that decision to fight in front of the util that was going to come in from Valorant. No hesitation. They're up there as a team. It was a round where they bought down to absolute nothing. And now it's G2's economy in a little bit of danger. They have 2 players on 0. Crucial round 17.
That Hunter's Fury from the attacking side to help
Leaf is
facilitate.
tagged.
Reckoning too. M80's just dumping it all to make sure this economy is trashed. And Bonnie, comfy,
Oh,
Trent cornered, gets his own 3 through the side! And Caillou left on his lonesome in an instant. That push looked so
that's a
good,
good job
and then
from
one
G2
corner doesn't
bunkering
get checked,
down.
and it's toasted. G2 are right back in it.
That is so brutal. That's a better to be lucky than good, but also you're Trent, so you're a top 10 player in the world in 2026. Even if G2 aren't doing well globally, it doesn't matter. You're just one of the best initiators of all time. It's just that kind of moment.
Yeah, not even that big a deal.
That is crazy. I mean, it's criminal that he gets the second one there. It's just a guy tucked in elbow. Valen's there to help. Yeah, he just swings around, just sprays, kills Alvin in elbow. Yeah, that's just brutal.
Bro,
Crazy.
Trent's like, it's always me.
G2.
Yeah, buddy, it's always you.
It's really going to be a
So
back and forth
much
series.
momentum for M80.
Whoever
The
loses
team
this map
are
is
so
definitely on the
hyped
back
up.
foot.
They switch to the attack
because
side,
any
the better
round
side. They have double duelists,
can
and the
flip.
lead is slipping.
And every round is important.
Now their economy's totaled too. A good recon
He's
out.
tagged. It's just pistols.
Yeah, of course. It's just
Bonnie
another
pops
one, why not?
ult.
Oh my god, just give him more. Bonnie
It's a
deciding to
kill.
rip the overdrive. These knee-jerk ultimates are like flipping rounds for milliseconds and then that's it. Gee, I mean,
Wow,
they get the
Valen
spike down. They'll
dies.
creep back into shoulder. Valen actually stuck around, but that overdrive will go down.
Valen tried to swing off the timing of the Cypher ping, but is dealt with by Alvin
They're all in backside.
instantaneously. And now it's a silent Jogma trying to work his way through B main.
Yeah, Jogma could.
way
Oh,
around.
there's a
This
trip.
Is perfectly placed. Jaws wondering why the hell is their last second tripwire being thrown behind the ladder.
Oh,
Still finds Bonnie
Baby
through the
may have a
shoulder, and
timing.
Caillou will have his attention turned back just in time for Baby May to
And it's just
backstab as
Alvin.
the Owl drone comes out. That timing is ridiculous, but Alvin
Slide.
catching Baby May on the run and not
Ooh.
tracking the slide. Jaws once again keeping it till the perfect moment to finalize. And we're tied back up.
The clutches are
Yo.
going G2's way on this half. M80 was winning all of those kind of situations
Yo.
when they were playing defense.
Yo.
A round that would have flipped everything on this second half for M80. Had they won this eco, saved some of the guns over, they were that close.
It's about timing.
But Joggermo rips it away.
It's about timing.
And Kaplan is frustrated and very valid for feeling that way. Knows how significant that round win would have been for M80.
That's the fulcrum there. And now
Oh,
just playing like it's 0-0 again.
timing.
Yeah, Bonnie's still that guy though.
That's a huge risk. Baby is pushed in
Leaf
front
is trying to
of
look
that
to
cove.
equalize.
So no one can hold window for him. Trent can't assist him.
Just thinks he can TP in time.
And he is just hard timing.
Maybe able to.
Jump out.
Oh,
Wow,
with.
Nismo's going to challenge that too. You would think that you tried Bonnie on the other side of that so that Leaf gets thrown away, but
Wow.
Nismo just diffs him.
Oh my
Trent
God.
just makes it a lot more
Trent just
favorable.
count as a Hunter's Fury, brings Nismo down to the, I mean, damn near death, but he does have that heal. Crazy series of events over at B.
Yeah, they did find SPZ, so it is a 3v4, and M80 don't have as much cycling to get onto the site
Okay, it
itself.
looks
So
like
much comes down to this
Alan has a read,
fast
calling
lane.
him towards
Nismo's
B.
Blaze is also gone.
Trent has to
Yeah,
go
right, he doesn't even
nuclear.
have a wall. There's
It's
no
fine if Trent
scopes
gets
covering it up
tagged.
except for, yeah, it is fast lane. They've got to go in with it right now, but
Ooh,
Trent is in front
kill
of
off
it.
the stun.
So consistent on this.
Should have called.
And he's still up.
Trent is the
Jog's
only one
not.
alive. He
Slide
should-
tracked. Trent so
Double
alone,
swing.
but they're taking a lot of time to deal with him. I don't exactly like
Oh,
that.
try to
Trent!
get.
He was prepped to get both, but he'll settle for the
Yeah.
one.
He almost got
Allen's still
both.
in the 1v2 though. Ways away. Does he even try it? Yeah, he's going for the archway. Wow, Nismo with the run it back pre-plant.
That is really early, trying to cover Alvin in case Valen was headed through main, and he was 10 seconds ago. He readjusted his position.
Imagine he hit that
Tunnel
shot.
So
They're
nearly
gonna
with
double
the
swing
catch.
high-low.
And the
It would
double,
have been a crazy
well
stand down.
executed by
It
M80.
would have been a crazy
Relinquished
stand down.
to very few tools that round and still able to make some good work out of it. Maintaining that lead. Yeah, you're just hoping Baby Bay presses the rendezvous button a couple milliseconds earlier for that kind of deal. But even still, G2 did a good job of kind of drying out the stock. You don't have much left, but with this double duelist plus the harbor, there is always a screen available for you.
Nismo has been coming up with the impact kills on the attack round wins for M80. That jump peek into the reswing on Leaf was bold, and he gets away with it. Really sick play.
Sliding from Jog again, it's beat by Nismo, and he just keeps spraying through. He's got a feeling. Trent with the hot hands, able to farm out the rest of that health pool, but Alvin able to find Baby Bay in the meantime, peeking out the door again, getting a little too active.
What good awareness by Trent.
So willing to fight each other at the extremities without giving up. Completely going at it, and now it's Trent just trying to work his way
M80
back.
and a man advantage.
But with the Stinger at this range, what could he accomplish? What could Leaf accomplish? It's all the way back yellow. There's just no way, right?
He was trying to gamble it off of the snake bite, but he was just a tad bit late on that. I think G2 is just running out of things they can flowchart from. Yeah, nigh on impossible to win that kind of thing, and M80 securely take 11-9. No ultimate
M80 on the
next,
cusp.
and you can definitely say different for G2, so
M80
not
on
even
the
close
cusp.
to out of the woods yet, but M80 getting close to finalizing this map pick of theirs.
Nismo, again, is just that guy for M80 in this round, shutting down the aggressive push, gets the spam kill through the cove.
M80 on the cusp.
And then away from that, it felt like it was slipping away because somehow Baby Bay's getting a pick in mid. I don't know what's going on, but he gets traded out, and it's all good. M80 are able to stabilize him. And look, if Nismo is going to be playing Phoenix this well, you can just see this team leaning into the meta look and really benefiting from it.
And it's an A split. There's only 2 on site. Baby Bay needed that shot.
Initiating goat.
They're going to have to bunker. They're going to try to stay alive.
G2 double hold up on default.
Oh, Baby Bay gets 1, gets 2.
Hold his own twice over. And Giacomo managing everything else.
Bunker
G2
down.
have a blender this
They
round.
stay solid.
And it doesn't take more than 2 ultis. They've got stuff to spare going into the next.
Oh my god, that looked crazy from Baby Bay. The second shot looked nuts.
A turn.
M80 on that super fast split exec into A are just denied by a G2 who commit to full anchoring this site. Oh my god.
Yeesh.
The fast pull-out time is
Jeez,
crazy.
man.
So cold. And then you see G2,
Give them the props.
this is
Give them
the
the
party
props.
they want to have. Like, they want that specific space to be able to play off of contact. No more, no less. A Goldilocks zone for them this round that forces Kaplan to call the timeout. And you can see Josh hammering this in, knowing how close they are to being able to take this back.
M80 are finding themselves in a painful spot this round that's coming up.
M80 need
Staring down
everything
the
to close
ultimates
this
on the side
round.
of G2,
Or close the series.
but more
Close this
importantly than
map.
that, they've barely got
All of
anything
the
in bank,
above.
and their loss bonus just got reset. So this round could mean 2 for G2, as we have M80 3 players buying down to effective nothing.
Preparing for that long haul. Seeing what little you can get away with to keep them clawing. Force out. What do they still have? The pit? Yeah, pit in the overdrive. God, Trent's on the verge of a 30 bomb, dude.
Yeah,
Unreal
Trent,
today.
if he drops 30 and they lose this map,
And it's not even just the kills.
it's an
his
absolute
owl
tragedy.
droning has been so
It's an
solid to get
absolute
somebody else
tragedy.
in.
Yeah, I mean, in this stage 2, there hasn't been one player from G2 stepping up massively individually in critical games to get them over to the finish line, to drop big kill games like this. But Trent is here doing it for them today. This round could be everything. Could break the M80 economy, could theoretically get G2 to match point.
Drone sees nothing. They're grabbing orb.
Giving Nismo the orb
Or
as opposed to
Nismo.
Caillou.
Yeah, Caillou is one away.
Now that Phoenix is one
I think
away
they're
from
trying to
back
bait.
down. Yeah, on 25s with the rifles, you would love to have that extra life in your pocket
Oh.
this round. Leave
I was about to say, I think they're
drawn down to
trying to
21 after the return fire.
bait a
So G2
rotate.
set an even harder equator now.
but
Patience from M80. They have to be afraid of these sight lines, though, even without the op. That chamber is going to be happy to try to hard hold. And they are ready for that exchange. Forces maybe Bay to just take a safe approach, get out and play for the anchored setup.
You can see he's pissed he couldn't get that head. We'll see if it comes back to bite him.
Here's that round the world, get Nismo the other orb so they can execute into this A side.
There's the execution.
Bam.
Immediately just spammed down by 2.
Nismo has
Do not care.
ult.
Alvin winning
Trent
on the
digged
lurk war
out,
against Trent, and
but-
now ready for
and
Chalk to come
gets
back to the wire.
Giacomo.
Doesn't even wait for him to proc it. 2 alone
Should
from
be
this
map
Cypher.
point.
As M80 comfortably taken A
Leaf
site, that's
is
still fully
low.
occupied. Again, the snake bite is late.
Leaf
just
gets
in time for Kaiju to
2.
be okay, but Leaf, that gun is
No
doing a lot more for him this
way.
time.
How did
G2
it-
have the iron curtain that they're using to fully sweep their way through this site, and Alvin
And
has to
what
play
a
hero mode. He's already
shot.
done too much this
What a
round.
retake.
Make a wish, y'all.
That was
It's 11 up.
3v5.
G2 making the climb.
How on earth do they bring that back? 3v5. Trent and Jaw both go down just isolated somehow to Alvin in flank fights. And it still slips out of the grasp of M80. They can't afford to lose that round. You know Kaplan is just livid right now. The awareness from Alvin there is so good. But Leaf just pushes through. He's on 20 HP and he doesn't get traded out. It looked like someone was staring at him. They're just not expecting him to be through.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Just
whoa.
right past the wall, but that is ridiculous. I can't believe G2 get away with that. 3 versus 5.
And now that buy's truly trounced.
M80 next to nothing on weaponry. Their duelists have a guard. Oh my god, I mean, well, it doesn't mean, you know, not the Vandal, not the Guardian. It's actually just going to be the Sheriff for Kaiju to get the opening, and Valen is exposed and caught.
Alvin, they should hear him.
Who else with that hero rifle? Who else to try to do something with it?
Trying to get
Reckoning
behind
also
orange.
to double down on this plant just to waste some time, but even still,
Alvin grabbed the
G2's
gun.
not fully in yet. Now they'll throw the Hunter's Fury in
Ooh.
too, but Giacomo is still surfing with
Bro,
this
it's just
overdrive, trying to get tracked back.
Utter chaos.
But all M80 can do is play keep away, and the spike is still not
Giacomo
down.
still
Giacomo's
has
overdrive is
ult.
still not expired, and he's still killing. But Bonnie on the outskirts. These
Wow,
neons!
Bonnie, what a 4K.
Bitter axe, but it's Bonnie who comes up with 4 to get M80 to game point.
That is ridiculous from M80 across the board for Bonnie to close out. How does Kaiju just run out and find this opening with Baby Ray on the box? He has to adjust to it as well. But then you have Valen just being caught in front of the wall. And from there, M80 know the win con. They have to press up, get close on those choke points around yellow, play right up next to the Reckoning that they just let loose. Try to choke G2 out, not give them the space to get back in, and then when they do, they are just surrounded. Bonnie flanking across the pyramids. Now it's Josh RT forced into this timeout. G2 won what felt like the most important round of the game. The round that should have gotten them to 12. They put M80 on a terrible bye. They've only got a Guardian and a Vandal to work with. And yet M80 get it across the finish line, and now they're 1 round away from taking Breeze. This map has just been a pain for G2. Ups and downs on it throughout the years. So many comp changes trying to find their identity here. We saw Jaw playing the KO at one point. We saw Baby Bay playing the Neon. They have tried so much. And what we're looking at right now feels like that's definitely the most comfortable option.
Yeah.
They needed that Harbor integration. I think it has been working for them overall. It has been better than if we were seeing Valorant playing the Astra.
G2 need one more
They've
round.
made
They're facing up
steps
against Bonnie's
forward.
ult and potentially
This
Alvin's.
M80 team are on point today.
Leaf has ult
They
and
can
Trent is 1
taste the
away.
victory. This would be their first map
Trent
win
more than
in
likely gets
VCT
30.
in the play-ins.
Take flight.
So close they
It's
can
a
taste
straight
it.
A hit. What
They've
alert?
come this close against this core before.
There's no getting out. It's 1 and
More
done.
mistakes. Nismo again gets his
Oh,
before
Bebe needs
falling.
another
wow,
one.
on a streak already.
Bebe
just
needs
trying to make
another
his way
one.
through the entirety of the pyramids. Double
He
curveball
got
just to set
another
up
one.
Baby Bay with the spray through.
Oh,
And then the double
ooh.
down. He gets the head on her out after the mag goes. Takes it to a 3v2 and he's still kicking. Still looking for another. Leaf
Timing.
has got his back on the doors. SPZ. Don't you
Timing.
challenge this, Buck. There you go.
He gets some damage.
Still against the 2, and Giacomo with the dash back. Plenty
Bro,
of fuel
no
in the
way
tank.
Spaz
Max
wins
lane
this.
available. Slide free 2. No way he could target this.
Oh,
And sure enough-
that was too close.
We'll take it the distance and then some. here on M80's pick.
Baby Bay and Trent have been outrageous in this game. It really is the Baby Bay revenge tour today. He is determined to show that last game doesn't really matter. I think he said something like, sometimes you're just a bot. and he's just trying to move on from last week. And yeah, he has. This is a ridiculous performance. The swap to the head under to get to the second, that is the critical kill of the round. That determines everything it feels like, right? What a play.
Staying a little whimsical about it. Back on the attack now. Trent's been sitting at this 28 mark. He's really due for this 30 before Baby Bay fully catches up to him. But now with M80 feeling comfortable with the intercepts, feeling comfortable with the retake game, but no immediate ult cycle that helped them get so far. But 4 on the defense? Might have to just go back to convention. Put these double duelists up the cave, cause some intimidation, make sure doors properly watched. Do better, Jeej.
Of course, with this comp, M80 are going to be fighting for A main a lot. That is one of the best aspects of it, that you're just so good at brawling in those enclosed spaces. It's what made 100 Thieves so convincing on this map, to the extent that everyone has followed their lead.
Trap play.
That are being played here.
Nismo just playing preventative, double flashes.
So Nismo just used all his veto.
SPZ.
They saw an elbow.
Feeling the fire early.
Gets a kill.
Challenging. And
Oh, Baby Bay gets a second. No way, Bonnie gets 2.
Rest of M80 has to scope their way in. Bonnie's just got to carve his way through, and he can't get more than one down.
I like that though. Good tempo by Bonnie. Almost cut it off
Bonnie
guard.
knows that had to have been his moment. He has to make the aggro play there when the team is already down numbers. He was so close. It's coming up on that second kill. But it doesn't come to fruition, and it's put Alvin and Caillou in a horrific position. One of them spotted out, leaping a wrap. There's just no way.
Yeah.
Caillou's had some sick plays in this game, but zero chance here.
Revealing area.
And that is not even... that's M80 really not being as opportunistic as what got them the 12 that they have.
NT.
Sniffing that blood in the water like Baby Bay shooting through the door onto a body that can't even be hit. I mean, that is... You are... Like, Baby Bay's asking to get taken down by SPZ here. Like...
It's somehow Baby Bay is going to pass Trent in kills, potentially,
yeah, he's
by the
gonna
time
beat
this
him.
game is over.
Come on.
It is possible. Well, actually, Trent got 1. He's really trying to retain that lead and get to the respect. But I'm just crazy. How many first kills has Baby Bay gotten in this game? I mentioned at the beginning, that is a statistical outlier for him. His numbers haven't been great this stage, but his first kill to first death has been outrageous. He's been doing that and more for the team today.
Bonnie, now back on the attack. Here's Baby Bay, another
Baby
one!
Bay, another kill.
Spake it into existence!
Endless!
And Trent, with the Owl Drone, fully pushing the rest of the crowd back. M80 feel that they have to dig into this door, especially when the tide is going to go down. But that doesn't mean Valen's gone anywhere. And now the tide to help suss him out. Storm Surge gives Jog the swing, and Bonnie's
and it's a clean
alone. Suddenly
sweep.
so's the rest of M80, trying to cut their way through harder.
Fought the
Jog
last
can
2.
sit back, recline, take the space,
Confirmed
and let the
the
rest of
last
G2 circle the boat until
Spam.
M80's mincemeat. SPZ alone after it all, and not for much longer. Swiped back, and M80 will have to wait at least a little longer before their first VCT victory.
Their map pick in overtime goes the way of a G2 who make an intelligent comp switch, bringing the Harbor into the mix, and on top of that, just have superstar performances from both Trent and Baby Bay to bring them across the finish line. The 2-piece entry from Baby Bay on the first OT round, and then gets another first kill on the second OT round. It's crazy. How many first kills did he have in this game? It was out of control. And then you just have Trent with a number of great ultimates. The util usage was fantastic.
Want to find your fastest server every time? Express like a pro and optimize your connection in one tap. Express and game without ISP throttling. Express and shield yourself from DDoS attacks. Express and choose the VPN trusted by gamers everywhere. Express VPN. Experience gaming the Express way. Fast, stable, competitive. Outplay the world. It's time to Express. Free cosmetics, including Lightning Kicks Buddy and more. Scan to subscribe.
Challenger's talent, including none other than Tanric. Tanric, how are you feeling?
Hi guys, I'm so sweaty and nervous and excited and sweaty. It's gonna be fun.
I mean, it's pretty hot here, but oh my gosh, that was an insane first series.
Oh my god, Cloud9 being out already and Bestia getting that comeback. I don't even know how we're gonna follow it up, but it's gonna be fun.
And you're here too. You're here. How's it going?
The extra in the corner. I'm great. I'm very excited to cast today. It's gonna be sick.
Team 1 is punished. Overdrive now popped off. Caillou, tight anchoring. Oh, Caillou!
Oh no, I was about to say that's the issue.
That first map was just incredibly close. M80 on match point. You call a timeout. You then win the next 3. What do you tell the team to be able to close this out?
To just keep on believing the process that we've been doing this whole time, and like I've been trying to instill confidence in them in the pregame that they are the best team. I know the recent results aren't the best, but it's just when we're all like doing our thing and believing and trusting each other to do the right plays and everything, and even if it goes wrong, we're just unstoppable. So that plus a few tactical advice here and there, and you know they got it.
Well, here's to believing. Here's to one more. Good luck.
That was a hell of a close first map on Breeze, but it seems like the team trusted in Josh's process, at least when it came to Trent and Baby Bay in that overtime. It looked like G2 were out of this game, but those two's individual performance brings them back into it massively.
Yeah, Trent steals the show with the 30 bomb there, playing consistently great throughout, but I think Baby Bay had sort of bookend performances in this first map, where the first half, he goes, I think 14-7, absolutely tearing it up. Then the start of the second half, a slight drought for him, but as soon as he got that operator in his hands, there was nothing M80 could do about him.
And this is just a side that you know this side of G2 is going to be the most comfortable on. We talked about how good their post plans are, and part of the reason why we mentioned that is because of that Astra that they were playing in before. But what you're able to do with the Harbor as well was great. They look better, and it feels like it's something that fits the meta a lot more. This is the G2 that can beat anybody, and that upsets every single team that thinks they stand a chance against them.
Yeah, and the consistent there, even if you're changing the smokes, is Trent on this Sova. The utility value, getting multiple utility kills, and also just anchoring on that A site in particular was incredibly impressive. Like, usually as the Sova player, you might like play for some spam, or you play for a shock dart on the planter, you wait for your team and you do the retake together. No, he was just fragging out.
Yeah, it was an incredible day from him already, and even in their earlier match that they lost against Fury, it was a Trent day there as well. just such a consistent player for this G2 squad. But Dan, you mentioned that second half, the change up to this Harbor comp. This is half where Bebe was struggling to produce opening picks, but they were still able to win out in the late rounds with these retakes.
And we've been seeing how important Baby Bay is as a win condition when he's finding those openings on the defense. I think he was a key part of that success for the post plans later on. This gave all that space for G2 to take early on and then to get even more. This is a team that likes fighting for that space, and it was an M80 that even though they tried to do in a few rounds around this area, they were just not ready for the fights. On top of that, compared to what you had before, you had the Harbor Wall, you had the Harbor Util that you're able to combine with some of the earlier plays that Jacqueline was doing. I just think this is exactly what you need from G2.
Yeah, it really was a great day from them on this closeout, but what a tight match it was overall. I think that M80 made you believe in a lot of these moments, especially with some of their own big individual plays. This is an M80 to me, Chrissy, that looked way more confident than in their loss to MV to start.
Absolutely, and you can see it there, like first kill 16-10, favoring M80 even in the loss. I think their first half was so strong for them on the defense, primarily because of the forward fighting that they were doing. There were multiple rounds where Bonnie was fighting up into either B main or A main, holding on to the spike, and it took G2 2.5 centuries to clear him out.
They lost so many rounds of time
Yeah,
there.
I think 3 rounds where maybe it wasn't perfectly lost on time, but like they had no chance because it was so late into the round, primarily because they were just getting sort of like broken in certain areas. They kept trying to go for these split hits through mid and through the mains, and if M80 would fight one side, they were just claiming the spike and winning the round.
M80 in an interesting position though now. We go into map 2 of this series, which is Sunset. This is a map that they haven't really played in Challenger, so another one where we're expecting some kind of new look from this M80 squad.
It's a big question mark here, especially because we just saw Nismo play that Phoenix. We were looking at the last time that he was playing Phoenix, it was 2021. It's been forever since then. I mean, again, on that Breeze, you expected to see him on the Chaos, and now I'm wondering if they're going to bring something different or something similar to what we just saw on the second map. They need to stay alive. It feels like they had everything to close it out. It was an 8-4.
Yeah, it really was. Well, M80, their chances here in VCT Americas lie on this map. Let's see if they have something cooked up and take a listen to Kaplan.
Kaplan, I mean, that was such a close first map in the series. I mean, heartbreaker for the fans. How are you feeling about that, and how are you approaching this map number 2?
Honestly, feeling great. We sounded a lot better, and I think we played with a lot more comfort, confidence, and energy on stage than our first map last time. And it'd be more bittersweet if we didn't like every map in this veto, but I think we're fine to lose a map and win in 3. It's no issue. Happy to play Sunset, happy to play Lotus, so yeah.
Well, good luck. Here's to 2 more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's what they said last
mentality
time.
from Kaplan as always, but it's not just surprises from M80. We also had the
They
comp
lost
change we were
2-0.
talking about from G2 on map 1. They've been juggling around their identity a lot. What are we expecting on Sunset from G2?
Well, what G2 have been running on this map is Leaf on the Sage, and I, for one, hope they get away from it. I think that when Leaf is forced to play this Sage, it absolutely neuters his ability to have major impact in the server. And okay, yeah, if Baby Bay and Trent are doing what they did back on Breeze, maybe you don't need him to do that, but I would very much like to see G2 shifted around. I don't think that the Sage has had super high impact for him. I think even the utility as well has been a little bit lackluster, and having him on something that is self-sufficient, allows him to lurk, like the Viper, is exactly his sweet spot.
There were a lot of moments as well when we saw him playing with the Sage where you're trying to get ahead, you're trying to take advantage of the fact that the Sage walls are not the ones that we're used to seeing from other teams, so getting in a little bit of an off angle, playing forward on the defense, but once that gets predicted, you know the team is going to be swinging together. So it ruins the gimmick that the Sage had, so I'm also hoping they're going to change it.
Yeah, on the side of G2 as well, if they're looking at a win here, I would love to see a G2 that can come out and not just win this game, but do so confidently. I think it's been so long since we've seen a G2 match where they fully look like themselves. We've lauded them for the good stuff in map 1, but it relied on some absolutely heroic performances to get through that. I think on paper that should have been an M80 map win. This is not the kind of wins you normally expect from G2 when they're favored in a series.
Absolutely no. G2 wins through superior macro and execution, not through firepower from individuals carrying teams across the line. And I think if this team is going to make it all the way through this lower bracket, they're going to need to find that same form of success we've seen from them in the past.
Well, Nismo, the man on your screen, he waited 3 years to get another match against those boys across from him in a G2 jersey. Can his team bring this one back and get a win on Sunset? We'll find out after the break.
Another break. I pause.
This tournament's created a lot of beautiful things for M80. It was them not needing to win an Ascension to make it to VCT, and yet they have only been fighting Ascension demons so far this bracket. Meanwhile, G2, it's the first time they could potentially miss a top 2 in over 2 years, and instead they're 1-2 maps away from top 16 in a 12-team region.
It's poetic that the best performing player on either team right now is Trent for G2 and Nismo for M80. In that Ascension match that we've been talking about so much, romanticizing from the 2023 Ascension tournament, the #1 rated player there, it was Trent. #2 was Nismo. And crazy enough, outside of that, the rest of the players in the top 6 were all of the rest of the G2 / the guard players. Nismo was the one guy from M80.
So M80 have not shown this map. They were not in this. Sunset was not in the pool, and so they have. They're pretty much showing it for
this demon. A demon that
for
M80
G2.
Been facing. I mean, the fact that they have just been unable to get here for so many years has been brutal. They've always had such
it's pretty similar to their pro. M80 had a really good pro. They were probably their best map, and unfortunately it's not in the map pool. And that's why they may struggle.
We're heading to Sunset. It's the first time that we're going to see M80 on this map.
Kaplan mentioned coming into this game, comfortable losing a map, especially with M80 looking as good as they did on Breeze. And with the lack of information that G2 had coming into this, that confidence can definitely still persist, but I mean, I could have told you what M80 was picking. Nismo back on that KO. First time we've seen it on it so far this week, and I am so damn excited about it.
A double initiator is so out of the meta, but M80 do not care. Much like G2, they don't want to play to the meta, they want to play to comfort.
There's a mid trap.
A lot of Baby Bay chamber for M80. It's Nismo on KO, his most played agent historically.
Clear the Cypher cam. They don't know how many's on site.
Across his career.
Timing.
Comfortably the best in the world on it, most would say. Leaf on this Sage, though, for that secondary Sensi. Doing already some great work in the pistol to waste some time as the spike starts ticking.
G2 are so good on these B-side post-plants, attack or defense.
Stall, big neon fight.
It's been one of the win cons of their Sunset
Frenzy versus
They holding his own for the 1. G2 just having a bit of a violent system. Giacomo on this Frenzy, catching both on the back from Boba. And that'll be a quick silencing of a retake attempt. Here in the pistol, G2 keeping 4.
3 on the Frenzy.
Almost halfway to that overdrive.
The Frenzy in Jaw's hands is just one of those guns that looks better with him than
anybody else.
Makes you want to try it yourself, and then you're terrible with it. But somehow Jaw is just always able to get the value. M80 are going to need to display some seriously good team play.
That's
bro. That is
when
insane.
They're fighting on this B side of the map.
That is insane.
We've seen G2 earlier in this stage be able to beat 100 Thieves early on with just so much good play over on B.
Wow.
Trent Sky being a massive
what a gamble by M80.
Just a lot of well-timed flashes, syncing things up with the paranoids.
Looking to take the space. Is there going to be a big fight? In Pacific, there'll be a big fight.
Word out from Trent just to let G2 in. Pretty conventional, pretty good.
It's
but
close.
M80 stack is here to meet it, and Baby Bay shots are not landing. Nismo catching Valorant on the TP back attempt. And down to 14 HP against Leaf 73. Still has the heal for himself, too. This still should be
Nismo
so
is
G2's.
1 HP. It'd be
But
pretty
round
hard
over.
for Nismo to win this.
Leaf gets that
But
heal, and by going to B, it'll give Nismo
we've
the
seen stranger
opportunity for
things.
a weapon
Not the show,
recovery.
but in general.
But still, 14 HP against the Spectre. Leaf can just run around and hold down mouse.
Running for
There's no
backside.
way he should be able to win this.
Yeah, breathe on Nismo
this
when he
should
dies.
stall.
And any piece of util, which Nismo has a hell of a lot
This
this round,
should
gives away his position
stall
early on. So
15
Leaf,
seconds.
process of elimination into one area he'll need to spray.
If there were ever a gun for Nismo to get, though, it would be the Guardian to hit a one-tap headshot. And the Guardian specifically in Nismo's hands, I have seen him do outrageous things over the course of his career with this weapon.
A Spectre
Leaf
in
on the stairs, and
mid-range
the knife
to
already
1
being given
HP
away.
Nismo.
Leaf is keen to the position, and Nismo is running short on time. Has to make his way back here, too.
NT,
Yeah, it is
NT.
toasted. Still, though, close as it can get to winning back that anti-eco early on from M80, despite
Yeah,
not
pretty good
buying into the
damage for
frenzies.
M80.
Or the stingers, excuse me.
They'll be happy to come away with all of that damage. It's going to put G2 in a fairly uncomfortable economic position. There's going to be multiple players buying down super low.
That's that
So,
stuff that's just
Alvin?
wearing through. Like G2, there's a certain point in that fight in which it's just not worth it to keep trying to extend beyond the one-way and just start playing close
Alvin
around
helps
it.
the round get
They
winnable.
choke back in so late, and it leads to a 1v1 as opposed to a 2. Still, pressure alleviated. They are just fine, and now got 4 Phantoms to call their own for this round. Just a quick rush up top.
He
No
split
patience needed for this one.
through market and
Just
CT.
scope out their territory and
Full
market.
crunch on the players.
Bolts traded away. Alvin given a good
Trades
stage
in
to
favor
work
of
with and Bonnie
M80.
on the follow-up. Now the slide to
Oh,
reset, but
whiffs,
stuck on a bit of iron.
whiffs,
Baby Bay again!
whiffs.
Where is this man's aim gone between maps?
Yeah.
Still, M80 have the retake to do.
Valorant may have a
ahead of
time.
his bird to help him
Oh,
out.
what a
Facilitate. Valen
play!
gets the first
What
on
a call.
SPZ, trading
Flash
him
of the
damage.
smoke.
Second
Second.
bird to get him to space again.
Valorant, just play your life.
You're
I mean, he is low
kidding.
HP. He can get info
Nismo
on
back
the
to a
last
clutch
person.
situation, and against who else but Valen and Trent in the 1 versus 2.
And
Valen
Nismo's
isolated,
not ready. What a
but he's
play.
so quick
That is
to
good
react to
team
Nismo
play
peeking
from
around the
G2.
corner.
That's what I want to see.
G2 switch the pace, go for that super fast
And
pace
immediately
with
get bonus after
top
doing
mid,
a
you're just
ton
hitting
of
his
damage on
main
there.
market, etc. And I thought M80 had
A ton of
decent
damage on
response
their,
when you have Bonnie backside with one of his teammates just playing off that
Their
relay ball to
anti-eco.
fight back into Boba. It was looking pretty good. But the torture
King
just
has
never
arrived.
ends for Nismo, man. It never ends. It's still
The
Valen
voices,
and
the
Trent.
voices.
They're just getting ahead.
Just keep on running and gunning. G2 flying free as long as M80 will let him. And a one-way once again, well taken by SPZ, but the gun diff leading to G2 still finding first blood.
Whoa, G2 with some
I don't know.
tempo.
Piss poor by like this. Question of
And
how heavily you want to commit to even this part of the retake space.
they're going to clear this right side.
Yeah,
It's
Nismo
so
is now ISO
free.
thanks to that slow orb.
It's so free.
And, this is pretty piecemeal for the remainder. G2 very securely able to make this a 4-0 in every universe,
Nice
right?
shot by
Oh,
Caillou.
Okay, good head tap. Now the triple swing in off the slide. That's got good momentum, and Alvin and Bonnie both get theirs.
I
seriously
mean, I
cursed
was
this
literally
one.
one shot.
Come on. Alvin's on 1. There you go. Trent, yeah.
Phantom moment.
Better.
That wasn't.
Maybe they
Yep.
will land the shot needed. Okay. Still a goose egg for M80, but they never fail to keep it exciting.
Unfortunately, the damage at this point, that's just not going to be of enough significance. The G2 economy is already super strong. It's about getting rounds on the board for M80 against the G2 who have Jogamo going off. This has been the map where he's put up the best performances he's had so far in Stage 2. Now again, I think back to their opening match against 100 Thieves. The one map they won in that series, it was Sunset, and it was by virtue of Jaw dropping 31 kills. Baby Bay there with 25 as well.
It's funny, G2, like, the hero moments aren't what make them, but they are what bring them to that next level.
No trips.
Any of these players.
Just one trip and backside. Bonnie
having
with the
ceiling
op.
to
Tags on the players.
blister through this.
M80 don't want to give up backside. They want to try to play around that trip, that stairs.
What a shot by Baby.
Crucial pickup onto SPZ. No smokes now for
That's
the
a big
retake.
deal. Yeah, no smokes. And Jog is on some tempo.
They see the writing on
and
the wall.
the last player is in a corner. What up?
Make a mountain out of that molehill. Jogamo feeling free enough to go for the slide. That's for scouting primarily, and he still gets the kill on his lonesome.
13-0?
A comfortable 5-0 now for G2 as their eco and ult cycling look to carry them through the remainder of the half already.
Another three-piece pickup for Jaw. Feels like he's stat padding in a round like that, and it was not an anti-eco. That was a straight-up gun round. G2 just make it look effortless with the textbook execute of this composition. Going through B, walling off market. And it was ultimately a non-factor that they don't even get backside B control. So you had Baby Bay patrolling, you picked up that kill on the rotating SPZ in mid. That's something that Baby Bay has been great on at this map,
rifle,
actually.
but
he's had some really good times for being able to catch rotators. His lurks have definitely been impactful on Sunset. He's in much better form today than he was against Furia. It definitely feels like he wants to prove that that was just a one-off performance for him.
Yeah, the stars are aligned for G2 to go right back to business as usual, just, you know, on a mild Cinderella run. M80 just still setting this equator. Bonnie ready to proc that hero overdrive if need be. It's a market take to start, only 2 deep.
Split.
Now the rest of them follow suit. Alvin fighting police into contact, and now throwing the ult doesn't get punished for it because Jog is too busy running, and now he's giving away on his own. Still slides through Bonnie. Now throwing that ulti out to trade away, and somebody's got to deal with him. And quick, fast lane to give him that reset. And now both hit by the recon bolt. Bonnie's got all the intel, but not all the frags. Baby Bay on his own, but after flash, forced to run back to that spike. M80 can clean up enough to get on the board.
Horrible for them to lose 13-0.
I liked what I've been seeing from Bonnie on this map. His fight timings have been really good.
And be able to be eliminated.
Multiple times over towards B, towards Boba. He's understood how to shut down the attackers when they're going for the split execs. The last round, sadly, the good work he did, it couldn't be capitalized off of, but here M80 are able to come in on time to support and get their first round on the board.
You see Bonnie, who's, I mean, outside of the game, just so reserved, so quiet, so humble. And he's always ready to get his team fired up the second M80 gets on the board. It's so awesome to see. I'm so glad that he's here, man. I'm so glad that he's finally on this stage. Last year he was on friggin' Burger Boys, getting a podium spot. And now he's getting to show exactly what he's capable of. About damn time.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that run in Challengers, not this year, but the end of last year, where he had an unsigned team. He dragged them to the top by just being such a good duelist. And then kind of the classic story of a Challengers duelist, where it's like you see all the potential, but they're a bit rough around the edges, they're lacking discipline. And then with a more experienced team around him, an experienced coach in Kaplan, you're really seeing him hit that next level. In Challengers Stage 3, he was far and away the best Neon. Every statistical category he was #1 in during the playoffs.
Tour de Force getting used by Baby Bay just to have that extra bit of
Jogamo has a lot of space.
Jogamo is in Narnia in seconds with his overdrive, and it's already about to go, and Alvin just deals with it. Okay, sure. And now we can begin the round, right?
Denied on the widest of swings. Leaf is trying to make up for the loss of player by going
all the way
for
to
a hero
spawn,
play himself all the way into market. Can he catch the timing, though? Patient.
It puts him on an island as well. Oh, this is a good cut timing. SPZ through with the TP. Re-swings it, though. That's good protocol, buddy. Proud of you.
Baby Bay's in it.
It's on Baby Bay. Slide already used to scope him out. Now it's Mizmo to take him. This is the M80 you want to see. Fully in form. As they'll bulldoze Rototiller their way down the site. Valen's the only one left, and Counterspray will get you far, but not against 3. M80 make it 2.
G2 on this attack side love to send Jaw on these crazy missions, like
that was an adventure,
down the line.
quest.
Yeah, all the way through mid into spawn on this one. Tons of those deep splits through B. This time M80 get the catch, and then they're just so fast onto this retake together.
God, Everyone's so good at tracking through smokes now. Remember last year when no one could do that, and then everyone in Tier 1 and 2 can do it now this year? Crazy. You just cannot safely spray through a smoke if you don't have the intel anymore. M80 got punished for that so much this past season, especially. So if anyone knows it, it's them.
G2 feeling pressure for the first time on Sunset. Felt like they might have just run away with this second map. It being their pick, one we haven't seen M80 on. I mean, you're hoping going into this, you had Cap in the interview after the first map say that he's happy with the entire pool for this series. He likes that Sunset is in it. Well, we haven't seen M80 on it. You're going to assume they've been grinding hard on it. They had the boot camp for a couple weeks in Korea. They've been training hard. They know Sunset's going to be in the pool, so hey, at least in their words, they are happy with this map being here. I can't say I'm surprised to see the double initiator, but very, very off meta.
That's the one thing is M80 with that boot camp, they asked themselves to kind of step out of their comfort zone, which could have brought them closer to convention, and then they come back to North America, and it seems like they try to want to step back into that box that they were willingly able to provide. It's a big box, it's a spacious box, it's a unique box, but it's still one that can get read out, and it feels like G2 are starting to understand the character, because they've spent all those weeks scrimming against SAD, Nightblood, Division 1, FlyQuest, teams that know and have been learning for months how to defeat specifically M80. And so if the character remains, then all G2 has to do is just, you know, execute.
I'll work back towards this A side. Have to wait out those early 0 points, recons, etc. that M80 can throw out. Use the timings after that to actually go for some of this space.
Nismo will finally use a pop flash after all that noise is made, but by that point, G2's already turned tail, and they're gunning it down this market off the help of the dog in the wall. Such good sustain that Leaf is able to provide. It's immediately burned away by Bonnie, though, but he's not going to stick around. He's going to go for that take aim on the space itself. Caillou, Hunter's Fury from downtown, able to catch Leaf on the rundown. So that's a lot of frontward space taken up. With Bonnie falling downstairs, he's super vulnerable. You've got to stay farther back, and Alvin on his lonesome for a couple crucial seconds.
There's a
Every step
flashback
he takes is just so damn risky, and with this regrowth going, everyone's going to be kitted to take him on. And the double available, Alvin doesn't land a single bullet.
Unaware.
And everyone from G2 can turn their attention to their own. Caillou now facing an army of Village before Nismo can even tackle it, and he doesn't even see who gets him. It's one of the only guys about as old as he is. Baby Bay number 3, Nismo number 1 now. A true battle of unks. I think Trey himself said that, didn't he? Coming into this match. Knows the old heads. I mean, these guys have been in the game for centuries. Last time, specifically, Baby Bay and Nismo faced off was back in February 2022. And that was with FaZe Flya, Ghost Koala Noob, Brock, and Jean QT. That's like today's fantasy squad, dude.
Like, even on that round loss, it feels like M80 are making good proactive decisions. Like, I like the fight back sight. I like the Hunter's Fury that's coming through to help Alvin and Bonnie, but they're not able to sync up, play together, get kills. They end up just being kind of disconnected and falling apart. Right idea, but the execution is not there for M80. And as always on these Sunset attacks, it is typically a very patient G2 who will occasionally just throw in the massive pace shift, exploit mid lane kind of round. They're trying to hunt down SPZ, who is on the run towards site.
A lot of space gain.
Backside is going to need help very quickly.
Oh, he was blinded off of the
ISO. That's the Nismo we've been looking for. Catches his own for good measure, too. And now the remaining 3 caught in the elbow. Knife confirms them as well. This is a Nismo KO masterclass, but
3v3
with the rest
now.
of the crowd cleared, potential for G2 to go for another bowl over.
There's 2 here. They can gamble A.
Ready,
like as in M80 can gamble A.
Caillou's got to turn his back to
they
it.
know there's not enough time. They would have to literally run.
A little bit
they still can run and probably make it. Timing.
Opening, and you never want to do that, but Alvin has shut them down. What a sick 3-piece controlled on the aim. Beautifully done from Alvin, who has had standout moment after standout moment today. Couldn't come up in the last round, but makes up for it immediately.
And yeah, to start that out though, hearing the dash, understanding that little bit of space that you can pounce on. A miracle Nismo made it all the way back there.
With the mid 3-piece Corgi spray is crazy. bro, really, that's wild. Respect.
He's like cackling like a little gremlin after too. Job's not finished yet, bro.
Job ain't
they're
done,
still
bro.
willing to like backstep as they catch this aggression, right? They think that momentum is going to be too much for them to bear if they stick to the same spot.
Bro.
They're going to take the horns of this charging bull and just wait until the treads die out. But G2, they want to just roll it over. They want to find the stack, death ball it, keep on treading through. Nismo one away from this null command. Alvin one away from the neural theft. You have so many ways if you find one member of G2 lacking right now that you can engage yourself immediately back in the round. That tempo control is immediately yours.
Just slowly working their way back to Baby Bay, who's been lately inserted towards elbow, retaining the space so the team can go for the exec. Love that TP to give Baby Bay the information, but it's Bonnie on the defense who opens it up by denying the Neon counterpart.
And then Spaz finding the cross, Leaf having to choke up on the barrier, and it works.
Free
Bonnie doesn't
res.
check for it. And with everyone else turning aside
spam.
from that LOS, the res gets off for free.
Good trade.
Baby Bay taking care of the rest of
Double
Spaz's
swing.
HP as well, and Nismo on a crumb is the only one that's left against the two.
I love that from G2.
There's no 1 HP.
They just group up, realize which players they can isolate, pick off one by one. Oh my god, Jaw is right up here. This timing is crazy. There is just no way that Nismo should ever expect this. You are
That's
joking.
crazy.
There is
No way.
I expect Jaw to be from main. This is ridiculous.
There's no way he's checking
way.
for this at any point, right? Okay, yeah, we're solid.
He's like, where the hell they come from?
Yeah,
I mean, no,
us, every single one of us right now, my guy.
That is bizarre.
That is so funny.
Yeah, that interaction
God.
is
What?
a rare one, man. Wow. And Nismo once again gets micrometers away from the clutch.
Just so close. That's bizarre. But, I mean, beyond that, though.
Look at John.
I mean, we take those. How did you get there?
Sure do.
The disbelief. I mean, ridiculous. Regardless of that,
so
though, that was a
funny.
great G2 round.
Yes.
I really like their pathing around the map. Leaf got such a great res off in the midst of that fight towards A.
Yeah, at least Res saved that round.
Deal with the players who were trying to rotate back in rather than caring about those guys that were in elbow. And because of that, it just opens up the other side of the map. There were a lot of good micro decisions there from G2 to put them in an advantageous position that became a silly one, but they closed it out.
Yeah, those backsteps to the barriers have been beckoning a lot of M80 lately. And they do it without really checking, even though G2 have proven time and time again that they can get those inserts so quick. Like Leaf posted up on that barrier, the second the elbow leaves, that elbow presence goes and tries to go for the wrap onto the one that, I mean, I guess you know is still there because the barrier was up and you haven't seen the Sage yet. But like, I don't know, I mean, where else could he be at that point? You're not waiting for M80 to, for the remaining two to crawl up the elbow, or you're not checking that with a molly or a flash? Again, uncharacteristic. This team has to be able to find the devil in the details, otherwise those demons are going to keep beating them down.
G2 much quicker with the pace in this opening round, ignoring mid entirely, working up towards A. Stalled out by the 0 point temporarily. It is a great tool for keeping that Neon
Good thing I realized
reasonable pace.
my mic was muted.
What a top. Bro, there is something about Nismo with the Guardian. It's just his gun.
He's maintaining support after noise
Go
is
to you,
cut.
go to.
The drone
There is
as
a
well.
cam.
Yeah, that'll be the go button for them to hightail it.
Accelerate off the
ability
cam.
for M80 to really get punished because they're not going beyond the barriers. G2's freezes just ultimately feel like a coin
Yeah,
flip a lot
Alvin
of
would
the
need
time.
Bizarre
Slower from
timing.
Leaf back is huge, so is the barrier. That null command right after its launch. That is great timing by Leaf to make sure that this site is still kitted out.
He is
and
smoked,
yet, Nismo just keeps on fragging. Here he goes. That body down, well guarded for the time being. Trent fighting both on the creep up. He should not be doing that on his own. And Leaf confirming his own 2 after taking care of Caillou. It's yet again a G2 round out of nowhere.
I love that they saved the wall in that instance to use it for backside, expecting that flood to come through. Null command gets used, reasonable to use it, but ultimately all for naught.
Nismo's teammates failed him that round.
Rifles and Guardians, it's awkward, right? And by that time, G2 are just able to set up to fight together backside B. I mean, I feel like a broken record, but every time we've watched them on this map, in that area of it, they are so good at fighting off of each other. The fundamentals there are just so strong. Has M80 reeling 3 rounds on their defense. This time they want to make an aggressive adjustment by pushing all the way down mid. G2 want to respond. Jogma wants to respond.
Can't find the right aggressing tool too. Instead, it's all to get Leaf in on the slow invade. 1 for 1, but that gets rid of a lot of Nismo's kit in the early stages, left to just that fragment after it's all said and done. And G2, meanwhile, they've been poking both bears on A and B site.
G2 spot the op.
Seeing how far they can make their way in, and Baby Bay. Oh, you've danced wonderfully here, man. Bonnie's ready for it. There's a decent space to gain. It's walked instead. Refragged, 4v3.
It's great awareness. G2 know that they can just contact in towards this B site. Jaw playing late for a potential wrap. Come through market. Spike planted for him.
Yeah. All on that ultimate. After Bonnie takes down Valen to start, Trent has to stay close. He's already been revealed. Now that fragment can get used. Overdrive out from Bonnie. Instantly cleared away. And Jogamo can only get the 1 before anything else can get said or done. It is another 4-8 half Wyatt the other way
but
around
M80 are going to be on the
M80's
attack
defense.
side, so
great round from Bonnie. M80, they make an aggressive adjustment.
They should feel a lot more control.
And understand some of the gaps that have been created elsewhere on the map. Bonnie picks up to find that kill on to Baby Bay with the op.
I mean, the only thing they have to deal with is Sage is an instant counter to Neon in the right place in the right spots.
Look easy. Tough half though for M80 overall. G2 are looking so strong in their map pick. Jogamo has stepped up massively.
5 rounds out from knocking away M80's chances at any more Valorant this season. We'll see how they fare after the break.
Whenever I use Zaymanas, I would say I just feel my element. Demon 1 is good. Without Nyack, the biggest difference was the ghosting. It was a immediate change. If you see something and it's not actually there, you're gonna miss your shot. Black Equalizer and Vibrance, I can react quicker to it, I can shoot better at it.
This guy is just spectacular!
And that way I can always trust him, that I can just focus on competing. My performance will always be at the top level.
Zowie.
Bro, how we doing, chat?
Valen, going up against M80 today, I mean, this is just a blast of the past when you went up against them in Challengers. Are you feeling any nostalgic or getting any flashbacks going up against them today?
Yeah, I told my teammates when I went to the room today, like me and Trent and Josh, this is like a flashback for sure. I think this is a chance for them to get some redemption from back in the day. You know, we took their tier 1 spot, but we're here to show them why we took it, and I'm feeling really confident. So I think it's just going to be like in the past, we beat them, make it easy, and yeah, no jinx.
No jinx there. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Let's get the second half underway and lock in with the #1 VPN, Express VPN. Make sure to scan that QR code on your screen. And now just G2 are on the verge of sending M80 home. Once again, far too soon.
How we doing?
They tried for years to get to this point, and they have yet to win a single map.
Years of this M80 team trying to play a Valorant on our VCT stage. They finally made it, and it's going to require a 9-round comeback to keep this series going, to go to Lotus, which is an amazing map for both of these teams.
Yeah, I want to see Lotus.
They're able to take us there, but what a mountain to climb it is for them. It would begin with a pistol round. So far in this series, G2 are ahead 2-1 in those. And Jaws pushed all the way out of A. M80 are getting pinched this early into the round.
Bonnie with a huge kill.
First again, and this is a classic market pinch that
Look at
M80's going
double
for on
dink
these
headshot.
pistols. G2 with the active chase down. M80's no stranger to this strat either. Willing to play police for the backside, which is actually where they'll end up planting too. Early relay bolt out from Bonnie just to play for time, and that's gonna let Jaw go in for free and get the one. Bonnie overwhelmed after the refrag, and it leads it down to just 2 M80 members left. Barrier also forces the isolated site, so Alvin now relatively on his own until SPZ loops back. Now they're together, and they'll frag out just enough, yes!
Let's go to Lotus, boys. Let's go to Lotus.
That is one step towards stable.
It can't be understated how badly they needed that, and their faces, the reactions sell that reality. M80 are still in the map. All begins with a beautiful opening from Bonnie, but when you're watching G2 just play strong fundamental Valorant, set up a good retake, playing around Leaf's wall, it looks like it's over. But you've just gotten another moment where Alvin is involved in a crucial part of a round, getting the crucial kills. He has been really impressive today.
Ooh, excuse me.
No stinger buy from G2 this time on the anti-eco. I'll respect it at least a little bit harder as the smoke is tossed up to top mid early. It's clear M80 want to start conditioning this nice and early, especially with how strong the knife is up there.
Oh, Valen got a kill.
But no connection off of it, and Valen has a great backstep off that kill against Gizmo. That's disgusting.
The double tap headshot from the Classic. Back-to-back rounds, we are getting G2 pushing all the way out of
Alvin
the
is literally one shot.
before we even hit the minute mark.
Yeah,
how do you
Alvin
only get 1
really
HP?
hard pressed by these two creeps.
He's about to get pinched.
Now he'll get fully sandwiched. At least one on the way
He's
down.
literally one
13
shot.
HP left. Make something out of it, and he will.
I mean, yeah, in that situation, honestly,
And
one
a gun
feels
down.
great.
Yeah, that's a miracle.
He is getting
Talk knows they
by
planted for
G2.
backside.
He's already in spawn. G2 about to follow that stack back.
M80 have the right response there. They flipped the site. Planted for Boba, which they have full control of. You still have a Paranoia Spaz to be able to turn out.
Sean already kind of whittled down here, and yeah, with the lack of guns, it becomes a little less strong. Of course, that's when Baby Bay steps into the picture with this Bulldog and starts causing some chaos, surely, right? And Trent's doing a good distraction dance here. They got to get up to this spike, and ultimately, yeah, they'll just play for some
good
bodies,
damage.
which almost all of them.
No guns?
Still, SPZ
wow.
Spike, so I mean, especially with not buying those stingers, I'm pretty happy with that round.
Yeah, that is a massive W for G2, that they're able to deal that much damage. M80 would have been in a position to have a reasonable bonus buy put together. Just getting shot down by Classics. G2 displaying some solid aim from multiple different players there. Starts with Valen, ends with Trent, and now M80 have to full buy into this with 0 cash reserves. Again, just on a must-win round. Pressure is never easing up.
Trent
Bam.
just spraying
Good
through
trade.
a fine one before Bonnie tracks it down. Realized that with that first bit of spray, he was likely to get punished. Goes for a little more on his way down. Spaz giving away the barrel, just lets some shots fly as well. These players are staying very intuitive at the moment, aware of when they are in danger. But M80 in such a dangerous zone at the moment. Paranoia out for Valen, and Bonnie can clear it.
Yeah, G2, they know that M80 are just going for that noise cut top mid. They read into it, they Paranoia, they swing out. But it's just a 1-for-1.
So well read the whole way through. Jog ready for the pivot. Still enough time for M80 to do that if they want to, but with the barrier burned, A is definitely a little more palatable.
Cover going out.
SPZ. Kit's gone, 32 HP. Throw your body at the problem, my boy. Oh, it's more than that. It's lead
what
from
a
everybody.
4K.
That is a rough one, man.
Baby just sets up, taking the contact, draws all eyes, and Leaf gets the freest 3K imaginable.
Freest 3K of his life.
Perfect play from that duo anchoring the site. G2 really showing.
They don't wait for the knife in a man advantage.
Throughout that round, though.
What's the point? What's the point of the knife?
With the mid re-clear,
What's the point of the knife?
On that
We're not waiting
setup,
for it.
focusing 2 out of their 3 players there. It's really well done. It's got M80 onto an eco. G2 in prime position to take a 4-round lead.
This 3-2. Really challenging this one-way smoke on A.
eBay is about to play drone
Alvin,
denier.
They want to make sure that Alvin's taken care of. At least blocked out. Good stall. But you still only have 2 here to meet this threat.
He beat
Against the Pistols.
into the Sage wall. And it's all classics. It would need
I
a
appreciate
lot.
how patiently M80 are still continuing to play this, seeing if they can bait anything out. But they also, it's tough for Alvin to let go of this space because then you give away an orb and there's 3 players on G2 that are 1 away from the ulti.
This is a round where, honestly, M80's damage could be really important if they can collect a couple kills. And because they brought G2 down to just 2 players on the last one, their money is not good right now. They could try to keep a cap on it. Wow, Bonnie's actually using that overdrive. Wow. The timing for Alvin, but he's caught by Jogamo.
He saw him at the last second. Either that or his mini-map moment.
Right. 3v5 push on the post plant. I mean, he's not even using this to fully aggress Boba.
Yeah, it just results in G2 being more than happy to just give that site up, back off, wait, play for the retake. It gets the spike down, gets a little bit of money for the future, but
yeah, all you have to do is just walk into. God, that took
that was
negative time.
The most
just flawless
retake I have seen in my life.
Wow.
He knows against pistols, but still pretty good.
This has been his best individual map, I would say. Best map is in Sunset has been his best map in this stage. This Neon here has definitely been quality. All right, M80, another opportunity at the full buy. Never had a real bonus round because of the damage that G2 did on that round 2 with the classics. That has continued to have influence over this half. It's continuing to apply economic pressure to M80 to keep G2 in the lead. And their backs are already up against the wall. They're down a map. They're in the lower bracket. Everything going against M80. They have to
If
dig
M80 get a
deep
pick,
around
they
like
have the
this.
Sobo ult to work with.
Let's listen into M80 this round, see if they can recover.
Oh, and G2 re-aggress.
One more.
Trade? Dang. They still have Sobo ult.
Jumper was out mid. Carry your tiles.
Alvin is 2 away from ult, so is Nismo. Nismo's just 1 more.
Okay,
And G2 gonna refight into this choke?
I'm holding. I'm on the smoke. Wait, spacing. Going right.
Yeah, G2 have to re-clear.
I'm gonna TP out and y'all bait me, okay?
What a shot by Baby.
I'm gonna fight 3, 2, 1. I'm peeking.
It was just chamber. Could be tank.
Tripwire destroyed.
I'm walking out. I'm on short.
Oh.
Flashing Alvin.
I'm sitting out.
NT Alvin.
They're bingo. It's bingo.
They're all 3. I'm going on this side. You don't see them? They might go back
to mid. They're resetting.
It was all 300%?
Yeah, it was.
They're gonna reset and come mid, I promise.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you have a flash after you plant?
No flash.
Okay, I'm looking for 1 short. They 1-way short.
I'm gonna go Victor flank here.
Okay.
I smoking 5. Could be spawn, Karen.
Flash spawn. 2. They're dogging. I'm breaking this. They're about to come out.
In the smoke.
I'm on my short. So.
They both just need to spam. I think G2 spotted them. Nismo would have to go insane.
Good try.
NT.
Nice try. All good.
honestly like a masterful round from
G2 are just manhandling him, putting him to sleep.
Working on the map. That duo, Baby and Valorant, to be able to get that pick onto Caillou, who was holding a little isolated with the spike, divided from the other two, and then knowing that Alvin was going to be coming late, they just double up, go back and deal with him because, yeah, throughout this series, Alvin has been isolated on a lot of those lurks, and we even hear M80 calling to allow him to keep lurking rather than trying to gather up with them with a bit more haste.
That's where he's been best this year.
Yeah, G2 just know exactly what's going on, and they pick apart M80. Brutal round to watch. Feels like G2 are just a cut above today. Now, this is a win they need badly, not just in terms of the obvious stakes. If you lose a game in this lower bracket of play-ins, they are done this year and would be relying on the future of other teams to potentially be able to make champions if it doesn't work out with them for the points, right? They're in second place right now. For M80, it's just do or die. They have to win this game, and then they have to win like 7 more games after that, or 8 games to win. It's some ridiculous amount.
Yeah, you're already playing on hard mode coming into the losers bracket, and then you get dealt the dynasty that stepped on your head to make itself. That hurts.
They need a statement win. It has been the toughest couple months in the careers of these players in the VCT. The turmoil internationally coming back, missteps here regionally, that's never been the case with them. They have to go on a run in this lower bracket, they have to bounce back, and it looks like the beginning of that might just be coming to fruition right now. 2 rounds away from knocking out M80.
Early dog here. It's going to give away the presence, and Jogamo is going to chomp at the bit here. The Cyber Cage will stall them. But it looks like Alvin's going to duck out, try to fade away to get some damage on the way in.
That's just missed his timing.
That blood in the water is smelled even deeper. Overdrive thrown in here by Jog, but it's for the tempo swap as M80
they did bait out the ult, so that's a dub.
And everyone from G2 is going to have to pivot.
M80 have found the right moment to get in towards this site. Full 5-on-5 retake. Caillou with the Hunter's Fury. That could be of massive value, though. Right now, he is deep in the site. Looks like he wants to get out of there to set himself up in a better position. Look at Baby Bam. I mean, they know that Alvin is going to go for some kind of lurk timing. He is just patiently waiting it out.
Hunter's Fury. Oh, there it is. Yeah, he stays on. Hunter's Fury back and early here. Enough relief to be able to securely get that res. Bonnie puppy guarding it hard, though, and so Baby Babe will take the fall for it. Now sliding back to deal with Spawn. It's got to be all
it's gotta be Bonnie
with this team in the 1v2 to get 5 for the round.
Bro, I just IRL dodge that flash.
Leaf guarding the defusal.
No, if he slides, he dies.
Available, but he's got to deal with the double.
Yep.
Almost.
Close.
God, you just wish he could do it all. And Leaf
I knew it. He slid, he died.
It's all done to get the defuse.
No way he gets 2.
Match point 6 times over for G2.
Just a second away, a kill away from a star-making moment for Bonnie. He has been putting his everything into this game today. The aim looked so snappy. He was so close.
You just seem doing everything, too. A laundry list, just diving back and forth. He gets the slide reset after that second to be able to feign out on the defuse. It's just, it's all him that round, and it's not enough.
It's heartbreaking, and it's G2 now on match point. Seeing if they can't just catch someone in mid while M80 want to get back to this A site. They need to win 6 rounds in a row to stay alive on G2's map pick, stay alive in this series and in the play-ins. Nismo's trying to take point. He's been waiting for this moment.
Ooh, what a shot.
Go down and he deals
just give
with
Nismo
Valorant.
Guardian every single round.
You still expect nothing less. G2 crunching at the space. Spaz just spamming that fast lane.
A little bit of a dangerous position.
That's enough to let G2 take that step back, let him get the plant down. Still secure economy, so they'll go for this no matter what. Hell, they've worked with less and gained way more. That'll proc out the overdrive and the neural theft here from M80, and that'll be enough to clear the crowd
it
for
has
sure.
to be a sensational,
I mean, there's ever a round you needed to win.
Sick opening came through from Nismo. Again, the Guardian taps have been there for him today. Valorant is shut down. SPZ, good timing on that spray. Things come up for M80 there, keeping it simple, going back to this A exec, but this time actually finding the openers. Couldn't get success in the full retake situation. But that time wasn't something they ever had to deal with.
You want to play? Let's play.
Now 5 opportunities for G2. So they send
M80 bait out some
via that paranoia.
Now it looks like they're about to B split.
Look like they want to take space elsewhere. Do they maybe want to go for this?
Same play as G2.
It looks like it.
Trade.
Valen 1-for-1.
Yeah, Bonnie at least getting the trade after that trademark gets procced, and he'll take that space permanently here. Even the relay bull, he's going to dive into Boba, give it a go against Trent. He instantly meets that. He's
This is
so
how it
ready.
ends.
Rest of M80 trying to use that as an excuse to press onto B, but Spike's been dropped in market, and G2's already here to meet it. Trent's still chilling. Jogamo's got the kill.
Alvin would need to do everything.
The dog's stunning him though.
20 HP in a 1v1
and Alvin
against Trent
not
to extend the series.
The backstab imminent if it's not checked. But with enough time, with enough freezing, as is G2's classic, it becomes that 50-50, and Alvin gets it, but not the shot! And the explosive flame is officially stomped out. 0-4 for M80. Here in the play-ins, G2 stay alive and will at the very least make top 12.
Saw an insane performance from Jaw on this Sunset. Trent, Baby Bay, crazy on map 1. Individuals for G2 were really showing out today, and honestly, that's a great sign because it has felt like in a lot of these series they've needed players to go nuclear, to tap into that top form that we haven't seen enough of recently. We got that from them though today. Great showing on Sunset, pretty dominant on their map pick. Respect to M80. They played with a lot of confidence today, a lot of energy on the stage. We saw some great individual moments from everyone on the team. They all had some highlight reel stuff, but ultimately they were going up against the 4 times America's trophy lifting team that is hungry to make a run in this lower bracket and feel like they have something to prove.
Yeah. If there was anything to light a fire under the seat of G2, it was the threat of losing that reputation even for a second. Could have been fine, chilling, waiting in the wings, watching for champs. That's just not what this team does. They win matches. And you see how much respect the team paid to Nismo on their way out, paying it to someone who has been working for that stage time for so damn long. 4 of the players on M80 hadn't touched this VCT setting before it. And they met the nerves, they met the pressure, they just could not meet the expectations all the way. And God, G2 just looking like they could read this team down from round to round. Valen calling the pivots so consistently. Jogamo getting more intuitive as things went, just following those instincts and making so much out of it. Becoming quintessential G2 right in front of us, finding themselves again.
Just watching a game where we are getting consistent heroic moments from the G2 players and beyond heroic moments, like consistently putting up numbers, definitely inspires confidence that they are going to be able to bounce back and run it through this lower bracket in the play-ins. Like, we have needed that from them badly, and they delivered today.
Most definitely. It was really great to see G2 pop off this hard, and we hope to continue to see that going forward in the lower bracket. But in the meantime, we've got a lot to still talk about, a lot to discuss, and a lot of implications for these teams that have been eliminated. Let's talk to Sierra down at the stage for a post-match interview with Trent.
I am here with Trent, victor of this match. I mean, congratulations. You're one, your run is still alive. You have eliminated M80. How are you feeling?
Feeling good, obviously. I mean, Breeze was a rough map for us, prior, and somehow we closed it out, so that felt great. And then Sunset was kind of smooth for us. We were pretty confident going into it as well as our map pick, so yeah, it just feels good.
I mean, bringing it back to that Sunset, because that was such a close series, and you say it's been rough in the past. What do you think was that difference maker heading into today?
Man, Trent,
we had a lot
Trent's
of
top
talks
30,
recently, and we just needed to be
pretty
more
much top
confident
30 on
in ourselves.
Breeze.
And and just kind of show
Bro
us, like,
probably
prove to ourselves that we can do it. And we're still good.
single-handedly won them.
And you know, it kind of showed today. We were just going out there and just playing the game and having fun and shooting them.
I mean, for a team like G2, it seems crazy to say, like, we just need to find our confidence again, right? Yeah. Like, was it because of being knocked down to the lowers? Was it, like, a circumstance before? Or, like, just kind of a little spark? Like, what do you think there was an event that caused that?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of just were losing a bit, like, from London to EWC to now. Like, we kind of just been on a rough patch. And so we kind of just had to, you know, look in the mirror, look at ourselves, and kind of just refocus back into it and, you know, kind of show ourselves that we have the confidence and that we're good enough to do it.
I mean, a 2-0 to be starting off this lower bracket run is definitely a great way to do so. How are you looking ahead at the rest of this lower bracket? Do you still feel like we still have a couple of those tough talks, or are you feeling just a lot more confident?
Who do G2
forward?
play?
I think now definitely more confident. I mean, M80 is a great team. We, you know, they're here for a reason. They went all the way through tier 2, so props to them. They had a great year. And yeah, the confidence is back. You know, we're playing good. We're
G2 played Bestia.
And now we got
I think G2 are favored in this matchup.
The loser of M80,
Damn.
I'm pretty sure. So we're confident for both of those matches, and we just need to get back to the drawing board for the next 2 days.
And I mean, for G2, if you fully get your spark back, which today was a great thing for that, what is like the limit for this team? Like, are we going all the way here?
We're going all the way. I mean, this is the last chance. We got to just get all the way through, no losses, straight to champs. And with all that momentum and all that confidence coming back to us, I think we'll do great.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Congratulations on this win today.
Thank
you. As for us, I mean, there's still a little bit more in store for today. It's going to be match point with Valorant and Baby Bay.
Well, that was your Verizon post-match interview.
All right.
We're here for match point. Now we got the boys from G2, Baby Bay and
I think after one thing I want to do is watch the talent, not the talent.
I want to start with you, Valen, because this was a match a long time in the making.
Oh, yes, it was.
You beat this guy
We're going to skip the first map because they played Sunset.
You get to play Nismo again in America.
They got
What was
stopped.
that like?
Honestly, at the end, I felt really sad because I love Nismo. Like, he's such a great guy. He's such a great player. I wish he had more chances in Tier 1 because I genuinely think he deserves it. But leading up to the game, I mean, it was just really exciting to have a match with some story to it. It kind of went full circle competing in Tier 1. Andre, he was telling me, he's like, dude, I never got to play them.
Never played them.
Yeah, you missed each other. When you stopped playing was right when M80 started coming up as well. So what was that like for you? Did you feel anything with your teammates having that history?
I mean, I felt the confidence of Jake. He was like, nah, don't worry, I got us on this one. And like, he was right. He was farming on the second map and stuff,
Yeah, you were. But map 1, Dre, that was kind of all you.
Bro, Trent and Dre were going nuclear. Actually, the whole team.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I needed that. I needed that, you know, little mini revenge arc from the last match.
Talk to me about what that was kind of like. Like, what do you feel like went wrong in the Furia game? What was different today that was back to that peak Baby Bay?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think Furia did a good job of like dealing with some of my chamber stuff, and it kind of made me have to like learn a lot quicker on the fly. But yeah, I mean, I quick scoped him. Yeah, I was just watching the highlights too. Yeah, I quick scoped him. Yeah, but it was paired up with that, and also I will say, like, individually, I don't think I was hitting as hard as I normally would.
Sure.
Like in the Furia match, like normally amongst the chaos and all the utility, I'll still find like a kill or two here and there, and it just wasn't hitting for me that day. So I think it was just an off day, and I got a strong mental, so I bounced back pretty fast from it.
Hell yeah. I saw you making the like pog faces as you were watching those clips, some of the ones you maybe didn't
Dre
see.
was going crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I don't know who flashed you at the end there. I don't think it was.
I don't know. That was crazy. Like, their harbor was insane.
No, their harbor was hitting crazy.
That was such a good flash. I'm sure that had nothing to do with you, right?
Nah.
I want to ask a little about that because you had your phase at the beginning of the year where you were the one guy who believed in harbor,
He's
right?
the OG harbor.
And then you stop playing it. You're Astra all day. You go back to it here. What was the kind of rationale between switching to that?
I think Josh tries to strive for a lot of agent mastery in our comps, so I was playing a lot of Astra, not much harbor on any of the maps. So he wanted me to just have all my plays down consistent, but we kind of got to a point where we tried to do a lot of things, and it's just like, dude, this agent is so good on the map. So after we lost to Furia, I just hot swapped to harbor. I worked a lot to just get all my lineups down, get everything back in the groove, and honestly, it still was a bit shaky today, but it was a good first showing for me. I think I'll be able to develop it even more. So, yeah.
Yeah, Josh was straight up like, listen, I've avoided this for too long. We gotta play it. And we just swapped with like one day of prac.
I'm always down.
We made it work. We made that thing work.
And it looked pretty good. As we take a look at the bracket, I want to ask you guys about play-ins as a whole, because normally G2 wouldn't expect to have to be here. You guys are pretty dominant in Americas, but now you're in this position, lower bracket, have to run it all the way back to make it into the playoffs.
Yeah.
What is the team's kind of mental approach to play-ins been like? Like, what have you made of this tournament? What has the team's approach been being in this position?
I would say for us, after we lost to Loud, it was just trying to diagnose why we lost that game, because it felt like more than just an in-game problem. We tackled a lot of outside of, you know, strats, like our mental, like all little things. It's really hard to speak about every little thing we did, but it really was a treatment of like a, you know how in internationals you have the group stage or you go straight to playoffs? That's how it felt for us. Like maybe we need these extra reps. The loss to Furia felt like we had, you know, good process. We were trying our best, but you know, sometimes the result doesn't go in your favor. But we never gave up on each other, and I would say we're just going to keep going on this journey in lowers, keep running it up, and trying to prove to ourselves that we can still hang, you know.
Do you think it's a good opportunity to get to play play-ins, to have more matches to find that identity?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think nearly everybody wrote us off after that Furia game, so we got a lot to prove, and we're hungry for it. And I think that's when we're the scariest. Like when we have that drive and motivation to like knock out all these teams, like we know we can do it. We've done it before. I mean, this guy literally had the miracle run for Toronto last year. So it's not like G2 isn't capable of doing it. We're definitely capable, and every team that plays us should fear us.
Seems like you guys get better in these positions. So I'm excited to watch the rest of it. You got another match coming up in just 2 days to work through this lower bracket of play-ins. But that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks you two for joining me. We'll see you tomorrow for more of our play-ins and more lower bracket elimination games. In the interim, here's your Samsung OLED fast replay.
Oh.
You don't know that word?
No, I didn't know what I was doing.
You were just wiggling?
Yeah.
LATAM's best squad from Tier 2 trying to bounce back.
All right, I want to see Pacific. And in the meantime, oh, it was Summit, not Sunset.
Same comp that RRQ do play, so Full Sense has shown already at the end of the group stage there, they know how to defeat this style. I like their game plan. Let's hope for a nice bounce back here for Full Sense, because this series deserves 3 maps. 2-0 would be very disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're talking if buts and maybes when we should be talking absolutes. I think Full Sense have to be able to bounce back. They have to have some kind of mental reset. It doesn't matter if they know how to beat the comp. In theory, we need to see the individuals perform now.
I will be back.
This will be the end of that year.
Exactly. As we mentioned, this cannot be the way it
I'm gonna
ends
rewind
for
it a
Full Sense.
little
We
bit.
need
At the half, something like that. It's seen them lose a lot, and I've also seen them be smiling a lot. So I don't know how much it actually translates at this point.
I was very confused when they got eliminated from London, and they had that interview, which was like, well, we had fun, and that's the main thing. The main thing is we had fun, and I don't know. I'm confused by it overall. Regardless, though, they need to keep the vibes up here. They need a reverse sweep to keep themselves alive in this stage of the play-ins, despite being one of the favorites to attend from Pacific over the champs. On Sunset, their last game was actually very promising. They did beat Gen.G at the end of the group stage in a bit of a dead rubber game, but Gen.G is a very good Summit team here in Pacific, so that does show you some strength recently for Full Sense. For RRQ, this hasn't been a bad map either. I like their last comp with the Sage Chamber. I think if I'm RRQ, especially after such a strong game of Summit that you just had, given the fact that you have Sunset to potentially close the series, I'd be feeling very confident.
Yeah, I don't think RRQ needs to change anything. I like that comp. You guys know how I feel about the Sage. I love the Sage. It's fantastic. I think they need to stick with it.
I don't think I do. Do you like Sage?
It's fantastic. It's the greatest Sage in the game. But on the flip side for Full Sense, we saw them, they played that Waylay as well, which is, a nice answer. You do have that verticality. It was Primmy on that. Really Primmy, someone we want to see bounce back. I mean, he warmed himself up into the game towards the end there on the attacker side, but he sat there at like, 1-11 at the half, something like that. It's crazy, really. He's such a brilliant player. We talk about him all the time. Everybody knows how brilliant he can be, so he does have to bounce back if Full Sense is going to be able to take this.
Yeah, he needs to go back to peak Primmy, because we've been seeing you know, we've been seeing Primi like step back a little bit, I guess, and there are other players on the side of Full Sense taking the spotlight, but I don't mean that in a very good way with regards to Primi's recent performances. I mean, like, for example, for the first time ever, I didn't put him on my build div, and I kind of second guessed myself also, because it's like, wait a minute, Primi's past performances haven't been that spectacular, and this is a guy who's been setting records here in Pacific.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he's going to be able to turn it around. This is usually like a tantalizing matchup in the duelist head-to-head. To be honest, Jemkin didn't even really need to do much on that last map either. He was firmly in the backpack because the rest of RRQ were picking up the slack. Good news for Full Sense, though, is Primi was better on the defense. They're going to get to start defensive side of Sunset here, as this is RRQ's map pick, so a little bit of a slower attacking side. Again, I think if it is going to be the Chamber Sage comp, you're going to kind of know what you're going to get here as Full Sense. You're going to know what to expect, and it's going to be quite a slow attacking side to start things off, I'd imagine.
I think Primi's so fantastic on the operator. I think that's going to be so important. He has to be willing to duel Jemkin. They have to get those picks before they get into post-plant. RRQ sticking with it, running that Sage once more, and I love this comp. I think it can work very well.
It's a very strong comp at the moment. What I will point out is, though, at the end of the group stage, Full Sense, with the comp that they're running here, did beat Gen G, one of the better Sunset teams in Pacific that we have here, and they play pretty much the same comp that RRQ do play. So Full Sense has shown already at the end of the group stage there, they know how to defeat this style. I like their game plan. Let's hope for a nice bounce back here for Full Sense, because this series deserves 3 maps. 2-0 would be very disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're talking if buts and maybes when we should be talking absolutes. I think Full Sense have to be able to bounce back. They have to have some kind of mental reset. It doesn't matter if they know how to beat the comp. In theory, we need to see the individuals perform now, or this will be the end of that year.
Exactly. As we mentioned, this cannot be the way it ends for Full Sense. We need them to be able to come back, because this is an elimination match. Paper Thin Achilles, who is making it out of this one?
Well, for the moment, my money's on RRQ. Had him in a prediction, and given what we saw in that opening map as we get ready to go into their map pick, they do come into this one very heavily favored. That being said, Full Sense capable of the bounce back. Showed it at least somewhat versus T1 after getting blown out of the water on that first map. They were able to rebound, find a much more contentious second map. They need that and more, because now it's elimination on the line.
Yeah, and if you look back to the last time these two teams played during the group stage here, it was actually a blowout on the second map in favor of Full Sense on RRQ's map pick of Ascent. It was a 13-4 in fact. So, you know, we know Full Sense has it in them, and we know that sometimes RRQ can kind of stumble on a map where they normally would be favored. But going into the Sunset, which was the decider last time, it was RRQ who came out on this attacker side when they switched halves and were absolutely dominant. That's a tough angle there. Jemkin watching maybe the wrong side.
Ready for a little trap setup here. Camera will be cleared. Big rotates around the side here, though. Plenty of noise going to be made, and Crazy Guy is going to be struck down first and foremost, and then right into the saturate goes Zan. Primi now with 2, coming alive as he gets himself a 3rd. Jemkin will cool him off, but it's just 1 headhunter round remaining. Smoke going to be cycled forward, the swing coming in. Cruz trying to take the fight, running out of bullets himself, but we'll be able to get it in the end. Pistol goes over to Full Sense.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed. Good start there, Primi. Some good shooting as we kind of would hope from him. Sephiroth, nice opener. There's just more here than RRQ expected when they committed to this fight. Zan paid the price, going right into that saturate. Jemkin not able to do anything more. Full Sense kicking things off on the right foot. Gotta see that continue. Judge in there for Jit. Couple Bulldogs, Primi with an outlaw. Killua just the sheriff, but saw him hit some nasty ones on Summit already with that.
They found my wire.
To clear that trip early.
Here's a buy down here from Jemkin as well, 1,200. Wanted to get a couple more headhunter shots in as well as the trademark. So if you want to get a fast track operator online from the attacker side, this is not going to be the case. As swing out, some damage to be suffered. Pharaoh could heal that until he died. Sephiroth will be able to find a second. Eventually will get overwhelmed, but Primi forward into that smoke. It's the no-scope onto Zan. Plant money to be secured, though. Q is going to be looking for at least another 2 kills if they want to really find some damage here.
There.
Well, Haunt has to be cleared. Headshot found. At least an armor rebuy. Jump forward into the smoke. Jit Boys, yep, eventually will be able to find Crazy Guy around the corner. The defuse in, and that's a 2-0 start now for Full Sense.
Yeah, so they're able to avoid giving up an eco, which is not something they could do the last time they played on this map against RRQ. They won the defender side pistol and then immediately dropped the anti-eco. And then trying to run through their X-Pharaoh, trying to be the hero with the wall. Just hoping that he could just get there in time, but not quite. And it's all smiles for Full Sense, even though things have gone kind of bad. They've been able to keep their spirits up, I'll say that. Never seem to really get fazed by how rough it's been for them this stage. Out here, ready for a trap play. You can kind of do the waylay, throw the saturate, Neon dashes in. Saw quite a bit of that from onside. Jemkin does have the escape valve, does have that rendezvous. Cruz content that nobody's even tapped an orb. That could just be what is the go signal for this play. Not much that you can do about it as
if Crazy Guy goes for the drone here.
That's what I was just thinking.
That might just be them sprinting in, but they're going to drive peek into this, and well, I mean, Jemkin does well to even find the one there. Meanwhile, double dive forward into the refract, clear the Prowler, and I mean, they really want to spring this trap.
Yep.
Paranoia just gets sent out.
Looking to take the face,
But it is still
the space
here.
fast.
Full Sense on this side of the map. Cruz boosted up over top of
Cruz
the wall.
on top of the wall with the outlaw.
One with Premi in with another 2. Kahlua gets a piece of the action. We'll find the 3rd to close it. There's a bonus converted. Full Sense rallying back.
It's just a matter of time, it feels like, with Premi. Oh, man. Just tarp.
Playing through another anti-eco. Full Sheriffs as well as the Headhunter here for RQ, so can pack a little bit of a punch, but of course going to be staring out at that Outlaw. And in Premi's hands, given the way that he's firing, this could be deadly, so I'll have a listen in with Full Sense.
แล้วกลับไปมันกลับปะวะกล้องขอบพาอะไรลูกกล้องตากล้องมึงเห็นป่ะพี่เบนเห็นแต่ไม่เห็นแค่ซ้ายมันยิงประตูมาร์เก็ตแตกแล้วโมบายได้นะกล้องเห็นแค่แง่ขวามาพอปะ1 2 3 2ตัวนะนีออนโอ้ย3ตัวเดี๋ยว
Oh,
เก่งก็
Premi.
ปล่อยบีไปเอากลางเดี๋ยวไม่วันเวฟเฟลอีกเฮ้ยขยับตัวมากลาง
Drops
ได้
an
ป่ะ
outlaw.
ขยับมาแล้วมันจะเดินเอต่อมาเปิดทิ้งไว้คนหนึ่งก็ได้แล้วมากลาง3ก็ได้ไปต่อประตูไม่ติดเก่งเดินล็อกท้ายอยู่ก่อนมาก่อน
I'll attempt to spring the trap and get that catch, but ends up being a little bit of an overheat and a very nice shot from Moniette, as I'm sure we'll see back. Killing Premi right as he hits the floor. Now the attack onto the A side of the map, which otherwise is the weakest. Cruz, again, boosted up over the top here. This has to be a consideration. For now, it is not. Sparrow trying to silently creep his way back, but just tucks in, avoids that haunt. Cruz will be able to strike.
I'm out of here.
Diana eliminated. Jit Boys held at bay. The Paranoia over towards backside, connecting on the 2.
Gotta go.
On yet. Posted up on top of the box here, ready to try to counter swing. Jemkin for the moment, though, going to be smoked off. There's a Shock Dart layered in case they start scaling forward a little bit faster than they had anticipated. Crazy Guy able to find one. Jit Boys dead. Moniette with a second as Cruz does get taken down. Now it's Fluent. Sephiroth now, just the ladder. And he's able to mow down 2 kills, but cannot find anything else. It is a thrifty here in round 4. Continues to happen around the world as RQ will go ahead and get themselves on the board on Sunset.
Yeah, saw some interesting ideas from Full Sense where, yeah, you go for this dash in. Oh, man. Even the Paranoia hitting on him, Jemkin. But some decent ante on some of these stage walls. Oh, man, Cruz. Oh, no. He's had some oopsies with the TPs. Some paranoia here early. Going fishing with the Hunter's Fury, not really finding anything.
Manya found with that, but look at all the attention that this is drawn towards A. Granted, there's still a good amount of time, given the slow creep towards B, for Full Sense to get forces back into that site.
Well, Zan used all of his util over here.
All of that in a Hunter's Fury just to try to draw the attention. Now the exec onto B, slowly continuing forward. Zan with a late lurk, but they have shut the market door behind them, so he might have to re-wrap up through towards Boba, but there's still a cam at top mid.
This shot
would have been a hell of a shot. Virgin Path's given consideration, and Jemkin's just kind of eating this one. Can still try to scope it on the angle. Sends out a shot, now has to try to backpedal away, makes his way around the corner. Meanwhile, Crew's going to be taken down. Monyet with that kill. Jit Boys in deep here. Gets himself into the cubby, and now will just fall to the wayside as RRQ. Mow them all down. Second round in a row, just the one casualty. Op carried over
we're gonna
as well.
skip ahead a little bit.
This is why it's so difficult on this
We're
map
gonna
if
go
you don't
to
have some kind of control.
Couple rounds before half.
Play him in.
Ooh.
Timeout.
There it is. Necessary here, I believe, for RRQ.
Yeah.
I think, sorry.
New Jersey.
I mean, I only lived in the Midwest.
And
so.
it's mostly because there's just more food options.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. I mean, the food, yes, there is great food in LA. I will say that. Those tacos.
Great tiramisu in LA.
I will not say that.
The gift that keeps on giving. This joke as, okay, push forward, trip gonna be triggered, slide in though, and Sephiroth unable to find
Great.
that.
Ooh, Killua.
5 HP, looking for the
Wait,
big
I
kill.
just realized I missed the round. The round I saw on Twitter.
Actually giving some opportunities
to
kill a Phantom.
It's
And
this
only a
round.
Bulldog for Cruz. So now you got to play a lot of respect. They're looking for a tiles crunch.
Nobody's home, at least not for the moment.
They're looking for somebody to step out of place in mid.
Cover going. And at the moment, that would be Jemkin, but he does. Well, he's about to drift out of that.
See the chamber in mid.
Into it. Uh-oh. They're ready to swing into this. This could get very messy very quickly. Just playing off this contact from Market.
It's a crazy read.
Boys trying to get the spot out. Now the angle has changed though. They're out of tiles safely.
They're out of the
ult.
ult.
Swing of the corner. Chip Boys able to find the fadeaway shot. And going to be taken down. Fastly trying to hold the man. Cruz. I mean, rather, Premi, he's just diving forward. And Sephiroth now. They're trying to hold his own as Manya.
Whoa!
More, but it's a 4K over the
Bro, it's so fast from both of them.
Oh, set over set for Killua.
That it's just straight headshots.
It's Full Sense scraped by with a round win, and
Bro,
what the hell?
that was insane.
The convergent path's completely whiffed.
Boom. Bro, a straight transfer on the Vandal, and you lose the round. Bro, I would be heated at my teammates. I would be heated at my teammates.
That is disgusting.
Jeez, man.
Somebody out there, oh, Kilios has no poker. It sets 3 cards. He had quads.
Yeah, I
Jeez.
There's some pedant out there.
I'm not petty enough to come after you.
Speedy Gaming. What's up?
Well, maybe I am, but not today.
Speed Gaming.
Wow.
What's
that
up?
is some of the best displays of shooting in a round you'll ever see. On both sides, like that made my week.
Teleport's ready.
That was absolutely filthy. Oh, that trip.
Oh, and it's a feast for Jit Boys.
Monyet now having to cancel the TP. Needs to work some more magic. Finds the first, but cannot find the follow-up. Sephiroth. Clean on the repeat.
I'd like to see a timeout after this round for RRQ.
I have this 30 seconds left.
Probably time to talk about some of this mid-pressure stuff.
Excuse me.
Crazy guy
What a shot.
He's got an opportunity now.
No, maybe not.
It's still a 2v2. Primi nearby, and Jemkin just bounding into his crosshair.
Alright, I gotta go get my food. I'll be back. Let me know what happens.
Second one will connect, puts him low. The blind is good, and Cruz will be able to close that out. Now up to 6 here, full sense. Getting themselves into a good position.
Thanks.
They get ready to go into these last 2 rounds of the half.
For sure, and now the money is still there for RRQ, but it's starting to dwindle. You don't want to go into that last round. I think you're going to have to actually go for the ego. Yeah, great trip, a kill trip, really nicely placed for Jit.
It looked like Xfero was trying to kill Zan.
Well, he might have been. He might have got a little lost there. Ooh.
Timeout.
There it is. Necessary here, I believe, for RRQ.
Yeah.
I think some of this mid-pressure, not really able to find the value you'd want. It's just sort of walking into what Full Sense wants you to do. We've seen this the last couple of rounds where they're happy to give up that space seemingly for free, and then when you least expect it, came from LA. Let's go.
No, it says lame from LA.
Oh. Also that.
Yeah. Now came from LA. Welcome to the promised land. It's so much nicer over here.
Oh God, yes. I am very happy living in Korea. Just say that.
I've lived in Los Angeles twice.
I'm sorry.
It's...
Yeah. I fortunately never, ever had to.
It's slightly better than New Jersey.
Is it?
Slightly better than New Jersey.
I mean, I only lived in the Midwest.
And it's mostly because there's just more food options.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. I mean, the food, yes, there is great food in LA. I will say that. Those tacos.
Great tiramisu in LA.
I will not say that.
The gift that keeps on giving. This joke as, okay, push forward, trip gonna be triggered, slide in though, and Sephiroth unable to find that kill before you take down, but Kahlua is here yet again! 5 HP, looking for the 5th kill. Kahlua has awoken. There's a spot out. Play him in.
Maybe now Crazy Guy Insane 4K to match? Probably not. Definitely not.
He gets the Predator Ace. Monstrous performance from Kahlua here on this map. Still yet one more round to be played in this half. He has a Nightfall. He's 15-5. And RRQ not find the round conversion after the timeout call.
Disgusting. Just a wry little smile at the end of this. Oh. Oh. Ridiculous. Not gonna miss the ace this time. Oh my goodness. RRQ just falls for the same kind of thing, just in a different place. It's just another kill trip.
Look at the stack in mid.
I don't understand.
2-player high-low, Primi, off angle at market.
I mean, surely.
SC very quickly. Attention going to be turned to the side, but Jit Boys turns back. Finds Sand. Primi now play it in. Gets the shot. Backs away. Crazy Guy forward onto the site, trying to call in the rest of the team. They're going to have to make this a 7 to, rather, it's going to be a 7 to 5. They can't manage to find this 3v5 is what I was trying to say. They can't do it. Doesn't matter. Move on to the second half. It's 8-4. Full sense. Well out in front.
Yeah, that might be a little too much here for RRQ to recover from. Their defender's side a little bit up and down sometimes on this map. I mean, Primi has been really clean too. I know Killua has been kind of the star of the show, but Primi has had some very, very nice moments. Especially when that operator got in there, like the analyst desk was talking about before this map. Get that operator into Primi's hands and good things happen. He has been much cleaner than Jemkin. Jemkin's just Been taking some tight angles and not able to find his shots, and he's been guessing wrong on some of the jiggles and things like that. But yeah, Killua not doing much wrong. Yes, he did get the ace. It's just that good. Thanks for coming over from China.
Nothing against you, Tyloo. Gotta give a shout out to one of our own, our export coach. Now into the second half. Surprisingly, given how the first map went, Full Sense is in the lead on pistols. It's 2-1. RQ looking to see if they can get this one. If they shift over to this defender side. A three-player stack here at B, but all five. It's about to the one. I mean, Zan, he's really trying to up the aggression, and he pays the price for it.
There's too many there. None of that util hits Privy.
Gun here.
I think you're anticipating that it's like maybe a solo player or maybe a two, but it's all five.
Wall posted up. Xfero rides along with it. And Primi reads it. Trying to narrow the peak, and there it is. But Xfero, okay, clean tap. Drops back, gets the heal on himself. Right as rain up to full. Full Sense not quite concerning themselves with min-maxing the orbs here. They will just grab it, prevent anybody from RRQ being able to do the same.
I think that was enough to keep an extra player on this B site, though, just grabbing that orb. Although they're going to try to... Is this a split? Is this an A?
30 seconds
I think
left.
They're going A. Yep.
It's been all quiet on this side of the map. Jemkin starting the cheat back, but that rendezvous would do him dirty. You hear the haunt fly in. Knows now that he's going to be corralled, but you still have this late lurk. Crew is watching. Do wisely, cut their way back across through the defender's spawn. Will avoid that sight line, but you still have Sephiroth playing up close, but he's going to be the one eating the lion's share of the damage. Finds the headshot on Money yet, but cannot get the finisher. Meanwhile, Killua narrowing down the options, flushes out Jemkin. Keeps it in with a 3v3. Crew's now waiting for the backstab. Spots it out. Clean shot. Takes out Xfero.
One enemy remaining.
Killua pushing forward again, and he's just a beast. Gets the 3K. It's another pistol into the hands of Full Sense. We're now up by 5.
They're just a step ahead on this map. Again, none of that util. The fast lane comes up a little bit late there. So you're not able to isolate that fight the way you'd like, or at least do some damage and have a get out of jail free card.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, man. I don't know if there's just any stopping Killua on this map, though. Just seems to be his day here on Sunset. And we very well maybe go into Lotus. At this point, starting to look further and further out of RRQ's reach to end this 2-0. Both these teams fighting for their lives.
Both of them struggling on their own map picks. Crazy guy now. Alone on B. Completely surrounded as Sephiroth just freely making his way through. And yep, there you go. Paranoia ushers him right into the crosshair. Kill found. Be needing at least 2 kills here for RQ to try to find some economic damage. And if you go through market, don't think you're going to be finding them. Judge lying in wait.
Back
up. Taken out.
Ugh.
2 collected. And it looks like the other being made.
On this rain, they're going to try to challenge this angle with just Jemkin. And there's 4 players here. Yeah.
Cannot overstay. Makes the exit, but pace looking to be up here. Is Paranoia not going to connect on the Jemkin, but he's going to peel back, trying to go for the reload, and that's enough time for Primi to collect the kill. Mon yet now going to be struck down as Crazy Guy is only able to find Shit Boys. Ever so slightly held them back, but Zan desperately trying to find this kill. Eventually will be able to do so.
Right here. Spike planted.
Put back to full. It's Prowler. Check around. TP in though! And Crazy Guy, he's got them both. Primi now isolating it down to the 1v1, but Xfero narrowly comes out on top. Quite the damage dealt though by Full Sense here. Only Only one player surviving. And at the end of round 15, RQ. They'll get one back into their favor, and honestly, I kind of would have liked to just see the res use there for the economy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh man. Right before Sephiroth was gonna walk into that trademark, Jemkin died. So they had no idea he was gonna be up there. They didn't have that warning system. Poor crazy guy. Man, I thought for a second Primi was gonna do that.
Let's go, boys.
I thought Primi was gonna do that, I'm not gonna lie. He already has a convergent paths.
Jimkin again, trying to play forward. Gets another shot out. It's minor damage, but now we listen in. RQ trying to see if they can continue to run this back. Jimkin will fall.
Listen. That's why I told you, Maxim. We cannot TP there. Because last time I saw already, they anti you. They know you always TP there. Remember? You need to play here. TP there, here. Because the way they chase you inside.
I'm gonna try.
Can save if you guys cannot, okay?
Yeah.
I'll just hold the city first. Get kill and packet for reason. I think it's hard already, guys. Just save. The Waylay have ulti. Wait, have ulti.
Yeah, hang back.
I'll talk close, wait.
The slow drift out of the side here. It's just a concise strike from Full Sense. Close around. Another one over RRQ. And 2 away from extending this all the way into that third and final map.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad Crazy Guy said it because I was going to if he didn't. You can't keep doing that. There's just too much here in this Full Sense composition to run you down as a chamber. And they're hitting some great paranoias too. Crew's doing a really nice job with those on this map. Seen some beauties. It's right there. There's nowhere to run at that point. You've already used the rendezvous. They can either run you down with a neon or dash in with the waylay. 2,000 kills.
Congratulations to Primi.
Insanity.
How many more can you get?
A lot.
As you try to stay alive here. Well, not if they lose a series.
Okay, you're not wrong.
29-1. I mean, the fact that he's out in front of Kahlua at this point kind of feels impossible, just given some of the rounds that we've been seeing from Kahlua. But I guess that it's been in bursts, whereas Primi has been very steady.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, since this edition, the end of 2024, been pretty quick to rack up that 2K.
I like this though. Yeah, but they had so many guns firing at that wall.
And now it's a very fast pivot.
Gotta go.
Once again, it's going to be Jemkin and Crazy Guy to try to hold the line. Sephiroth, can he get more than one from this position? Can't get either.
This is first bullet.
Does end up getting picked apart. Saturate not to find the connection they were looking for. Jemkin still here at backside. Takes his exit just around the corner. Relay bolt. Tossed in. Crazy Guy going to be spotted. Trying to challenge for that fight. But also, just keep Jemkin protected in that corner.
We'll catch them.
He's now tossed through. Oh, and what a read and a shot from Cruz. Jemkin down. Time starting to bleed away. The red's going to be committed. 5v4 for the retake now. Smoke over to main, but it's 2 players tucked in on the side itself. Cruz and Kahlua try to hold this line, but Kahlua will get dropped. Cruz only able to find the 1, and now 3 overall in the round. That's exactly where Primi is at. Well, will die to his hand, but the defuse is there. RQ trying to rally back into this.
Well, I'm not fully believing just yet, but I'm starting to get there. A little bit better early positioning here for Jemkin. That buys them a little bit of extra time. Tries to step out when he gets hit by the C's. Just a good read there from Cruz on how he was going to do so, but then you get him back in, and he's not going to waste the opportunity. Immediately gets to work getting some kills. We'll have a tour de force in this round.
Nice.
No timeouts.
You want to play? Let's play.
Here we go.
Tour de force popped. Overdrive is held it. There from Zan. Does get caught by the paranoia. Has to back away.
He's probably wasted that ult, though.
Yeah, it should expire. He does have a gun behind this. Meanwhile, Sephiroth, ooh, oh.
Timing.
Okay, Crazy Guy. I mean, look, feels like he absolutely should have been dead, but instead, he managed to find a second now out in the mid. Still just dancing around him. He's swinging. He catches another one. Kahlua dead through the smoke, and Crazy Guy just got away with murder.
Here.
That was pretty pretty good. Almost wasn't, and then it was. Surely he doesn't get two here.
He's so dead to he's so back.
One enemy remaining.
And smoke falls, and now there's a third player on the angle. Not much more that Cruz can do. RQ, 2 in a row for the first time in the second half. 4 away. Trying to tie this up.
Well, they're starting to get their feet underneath them. He's looking at the wall there. I thought he was dead.
One enemy remaining.
Hi-ya.
Spike down mid.
Between that and Cruz's kill in the previous round, the game sense all over the place between these IGLs.
True.
Through the roof.
Had some really nice moves.
Chip Boys with the bucky now. Last cannon on the 1, slide forward through that wall. Zan gonna be able to collect a second. Big crunch here from RRQ, a massive shutdown. And now the remainders of Full Sense ushered over to this B site where Jemkin's gonna try to get himself on the line with the op.
He has to be careful with it.
I'm surprised that RRQ's being so delayed on this rotation though. They're giving up this space, the plan can come in. And 3v5 certainly is doable, especially if Sephiroth can get the neural theft through. Tap though, they're trying to bait the Hunter's Fury out, but instead Kahlua will just get decapitated.
Oh.
And yeah, Crazy Guy's got Brimmy. So, well, what hope there was in the round, it's being dispelled. As Zan, clean with the footwork, slides to the corner, finds that one, and now just 3 rounds separating. Curious, do we see a timeout call from Full Sense?
I would kind of think there's a good opportunity to do so. They haven't used one yet this map, so you got 2 to toy with. Great little setup. Recon dart there in the back, behind the push out from Zan.
One enemy remaining.
Nice shot from Crazy Guy covering the saturated Jemkin. Zan good for the third. Yeah, he's had some good ones, had some impactful moments, up to 12 kills off of that. So gonna have that operator, gonna place it in the mid. Jib Boys is like, never mind. Start to clear a trip. He didn't even place it, or if he did, he picked it up.
He's got them both still. Here's the Prowler. Should know that they're going to be playing together here, given the economic situation. Spam out, reveal onto 1, dive forward, and Primy will get forced away. Minor damage suffered though. Overall, not too terrible for him. He and Jit both down to 89.
Now you can't get that other orb though for Jit to get his ult. It was just taken by Xpharaoh. He's got that walled off, so looks like this might be a pivot into a market hit. It's only going to be Zan there. It is identified though. So Crazy Guy is seeing something. You also have the trademark there. Try to push through. You clear it. So trying to create some question marks, but that smoke makes it kind of obvious.
30 seconds left.
It's very minor damage found.
Revealing it.
If it was on Summit, he would have got a kill.
Oh, well, he's got him lined up here. A narrow street. Will be able to find some damage, but Pelter a shot from Cruz, but cannot find a follow-up. Sephiroth down to 14, Kahlua at 45, Moniette tucked away here at Alley, trying to clear him out. Some more damage to be found. Paranoia tossed in response. Clean tap on a Primy. Looking for that third, and he will get it. Counter swing, no, Moniette holds his own. And now he's on for an ace. Nice. Kahlua, well, not going to be able to hand that one over to Moniette. Crazy Guy says, "How about we need no. We need the round win. We need to end this right now. Stop him from anything else. I'm taking it."
As cleanly as possible, too, please.
Yes.
Let's not mess around today. It's a little too important here today. Ooh. This from Moniette, man.
He tucks back into the relay bolt by accident.
Now we have seen some.
Just to see this one though.
1 enemy remaining.
5 bullets, only takes 3.
filthy shooting today, dude. Absolutely insane between these two. Like, these individual plays have been top tier.
Well, you've given up 4 rounds in a row now. So Full Sense will use their first timeout of this map.
Alright, I think I have to end stream. I gotta do some stuff. I thought I would be able to sit down and watch this, but yeah. Subscribe. See you in the next one.